why would you ever use a video that is obviously used for like entertainment and like obvious trolling purposes to argue moral arguments? Why would you do that? Now, can you just cut down to the brass tacks of that Lio freaked out on a teenager? Yeah, you can, but you did it in such a poor manner. A lot of the shit that Router brings up is either misread, misinterpreted, or completely wrong. If you did your research, Router, you would understand that saying the words, "I need to defend these people," is not a good line. Bro, he literally made a whole story up, got it wrong, got pressed on it, and shut the down because his Discord server was full of weirdos. This guy is actually just a unironic like, Lio's more of a man than this guy. Jesus.
You're showing a man and you end it with a fucking dog hitting a fucking drum!
Oh, I'm fucking mad.
Cops is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Alright, so, we have a lot of ground to cover, okay? If I need anything, I'll probably just ask Pooh for it, because I have everything. I have it all saved in my Discord. Every fucking live stream, debate, everything. So, correct me if I'm wrong, to the people that know what is going on, alright? So, from my understanding, this guy, 90's Router, he's a 10K sub YouTuber. He's some kind of, like, retard Andy or something. Like, I think his views barely break, like, 3K to 5K an upload. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Who gives a fuck about viewership? But it's important to recognize, because this guy's ego is off the charts. He put out a video trying to essentially criticize Lio Convoy. Now, the problem with this video is that he accused Lio Convoy of grooming kids and grooming Discord members, which isn't what happened at all. Can you say Lio was cringe for doing the fucking adult adoption shit? Absolutely. I shit all over Lio for that. 100%. But this guy tried to attribute that to potential grooming of minors, which is wrong. Which is very, very wrong. So, from what I gather, he gets a lot of shit for this video, which we're going to watch. Then he proceeds to pick a fight. No, I think what happened was that Gilded Pooh and a bunch of other people raided his Discord server. They found out there was a minor in there, and there was some weird shit involving some of the mods. One of the mods ended up being a pedophile, apparently, and the other one's just a weirdo, who looks like, unironically, this isn't the pedophile, by the way, that I'm aware of. This is one of the main mods that Lio and, Lio and, fucking Gilded are beefing with. Look at Cyrax, but without all the scabs on his head, bro. Welcome to Cyrax Light, bro. This is one of the mods. He is not the pedophile, okay? He is not. But Diet Cyrax is beefing with Gilded Pooh and Lio Convoy. This video is what caused the crux of all of this. So I am very interested to see how this goes. I showed his face on stream and you didn't believe. I didn't believe he was a real person. I thought he was fake.
Hey, you guys remember when I compared the Senate to an Eyes Wide Shut party? Probably not, because most of you may not be familiar with that video, but anyways, who knew how much fucking worse it could possibly be? Lio Convoy is comparatively as bad.
Now understand, I was a huge proponent in the Lio drama for just shitting on Lio. Okay? Like, just mercilessly shitting on him. This video should appeal to me, correct? This video should have information that I am aware of and information that I have followed as well. And maybe even takes that I've had. Not one for one, but the basics. Lio was a retard. Lio yelled at Rosa. Lio's a dickhead for all the shit that he did. Yeah, so all of that, right? You know, the normal shit. This guy takes it another step further.
Bad, if not worse, than some of the absolute fuckwits I've had the pleasure of making fun of on this channel. All the while, I thought he...
I'm curious, who else has this guy covered that he says that Lio is worse than all these people? I'm just very curious. Let's take a look here. Let's take a peek. Young Defiant, Andy Pants, not that bad. Synthetic Man, I would say Synthetic Man's more pathetic than fucking Lio, which is crazy. Reforge Gaming, interesting. Let's see here. Perfect Natural, Chaotic Evil VTuber. I'm pretty sure this VTuber was grooming kids, and did horrible shit to people. So it's kind of crazy that you're trying to attribute Lio to these things. Harmon Smith, I know everything about Harmon. Let's see here. The biggest creep on YouTube. You know, Lio's cringe and retarded, but I don't think he's a pedophile. A complete degenerate. Let me see here. Onision? Really? He's worse than Onision. Ha! Crazy. Low tier god? Dark Side Phil. Really? Ava Chris Tyson. I didn't realize that Lio Convoy was worse than Ava Chris Tyson. Interesting.
He was a minor player in the story surrounding Smash Bandicoot, but the sad reality, as a previous commenter stated, is that he may be just as evil, if not worse than Smash, depending.
He's worse than Smash. Guys, I don't think you, like, understand how bad Smash Bandicoot is. This dude was sending, like, gore porn to people. He was sending, like, ridiculous shit to people. At one point, when I was still in the Doc on the Radio Discord server, he raided the server, demanding to murder Turkey Tom. He would send and raid with, like, fucking, what was it? Like, pornography and shit in a server that's open. Like, dude, Smash is literally a disgusting individual that everyone knows in the overall YouTube sphere as a fucking maniac. Lio is not even close to Smash Bandicoot.
Depending on where your moral compass lies.
Look, I've always been a Lio hater, but he ain't anywhere near as bad as Onision. That is crazy. That is crazy for him to insinuate that shit.
And it'd have to be way the f off for you to disagree. So settle in for the, like, I don't know, 6 minutes I could spare for this week's complete show.
How is this guy supposed to be funny? He pulls up Kiwi Farms. This is the thing, right? Okay. I have no issue with the farms. Let me just... I've reiterated this point a billion times, but I'm going to say it again so people in the back can hear me. Kiwi Farms is a good place for information gathering, but you need to double check and make sure that that information is accurate and it's not trying to paint a narrative. You can use the information in there and piece together the real information, or that information is solid on the farms that you can use that. Problem is that in Lio's case, a lot of this shit that Router brings up is either misread, misinterpreted, or completely wrong. Okay? Understand that. And I didn't know that Lio's thread, according to Laka, is that Lio's thread is under review due to it made by A-logs. So with people in axe to grind. Not even people that are just documenting the retarded shit that he's doing. People with a narrative. You know what I mean? So Router jumping on that's kind of crazy.
Lio Convoy.
Literally, KF fucks up on their own shit sometime. You have to double check it.
Born one Thomas I'm not even gonna try, is a YouTuber recognized by idiots like me as a hit piece and commentary creator known for going after predators or other degenerates on the internet through comedy and harassment. Sound familiar? Here's where the similarities differ. Lio started
Wait, comedy and harassment? This isn't a comedy video. This is you trying to expose somebody. This isn't like comedy, okay? Comedy is supposed to be like poking fun at retards. What you're doing is levying allegations, okay? Now I need to emphasize, Router did delete this video after getting the backlash. I just need to show you how bad this video was.
his channel back in 2016 exposing and ridiculing furries and bros.
Not true. Lio's channel was made way before that, covering fucking like Transformers and gay shit like that. So like, come on, bro, you're already fucking it up. All right, I'll bring that up in a second, Lio.
And for those of you keeping track, I have one of the former on my team. In fact, it turns out I have a few, so I have to defend them.
How is this like a joke? It's so gay. Oh, he made fun of furries and bronies. Lio, I have a question to ask you. The furries and bronies that you were going after, were they pedophiles? I'm just curious. When you were doing predator hunting, Lio, when you first started, weren't you covering bronies? Brony pedophiles and furry pedophiles? Or like just freaks in general? I'm just curious. Or some form of freak. Okay. If you did your research, Router, you would understand that saying the words, "I need to defend these people," is not a good line.
Guess. Anyways, he's also known for running a server called The Senate, which is believed to be made up of children or young adult females from various backgrounds.
Children? Dude, I joined the Senate. Lio could look back in like the fucking logs. I joined for 2 minutes. Not even. I think I was there for a day or two. Said absolutely nothing. Maybe like one sentence. And then left. Because the Senate is full of autistic retards. I hated that fucking server. Like, all in all. But that server's dead. He's dead as fuck. It's been dead for, what? We're going on almost a year now? And even in that server, from what I was aware of, there were no children in that Discord server. The only thing you said was your age verification. Yeah, it's crazy. You had to verify your age to get in. This guy's a fucking idiot. Yeah, I was there for a couple of months and said nothing. Wow, I must have really not cared to engage with your fucking community, Lio.
Possibly suffering.
Look at me now.
From some form of mental or physical abuse that he may.
I will not be joining Cat's Lair. I have removed myself from like every fucking Discord server other than a handful.
Or may not be grooming. Now, children or young.
I joined the Senate forever ago, Pooh.
Adult females from various backgrounds, possibly suffering from some form of mental or physical abuse that he may or may not be grooming. Now,
grooming the mental and physical abuse of people within the Senate. That is the allegation that he has just levied here. That is entirely wrong. Now, can you say that Lio was a total dick in the Senate? Absolutely. I refuse to take back my criticism of Lio back then, okay? He knows where I stand when it comes to that shit. Was it cringe that he was yelling at people in Discord? Yes. But, like, there's no grooming. There's no physical or mental grooming going on within that Discord server. I don't know what the fuck you think it is.
now, all of this comes with a very heavy allegedly.
Allegedly.
This is the problem. You put in the Wendy Williams clip. Does anyone remember what Wendy Williams was saying in regard to this allegedly clip? That there was, I think it was like a DV or something. I don't remember. It was something involving either a DV, a murder, or something. Gus Johnson made a video on it like forever ago, where she's saying the allegedly line. I don't remember what it was, but it was like a major crime.
Allegedly.
As although I'm led to believing a lot of this speculation through context I'll explain later, the research I was capable of throwing together in just a few days, and with numerous dead ends, speculation, allegations, and not a lot of proof and videos that cover the controversy without a lot of context or a direct narrative, was incredibly limited and muddled.
So hold on. So the problem is you recognized that there was a cornucopia of issues with the research materials you were gathering. You were not confident in those materials, videos and anything, and still made the video by prefixing the allegedly grooming part. That is insanity for you to do. You could have just made the video shitting on Lio for being cringed in the Senate days, or a fucking maniac. Like, that's all you had to do. Like, it's so easy. He never explains what the alleged context. Yeah, no, he doesn't. I know.
But I'm going to do my best to throw together a coherent narrative. And at this point, I believe this is all my channel is.
In fairness, you're cringed out too, but you're not yelling in fucking Discord servers anymore. You're not trying to change the world through Discord. That I'm aware of. Because if you do that, I'm going to come back and laugh at you a fucking millionth time all over again. And you know that. Don't you slip up.
Good for, giving you just enough context that any other video you watch on the subject may actually make the slightest bit of fucking sense. Lio began his epic career on YouTube with, I think these are mainly cartoon reviews, but would eventually delve into drama content, exposing and attacking the brony and furry degenerates, or at least this is how he would view them. Although they're...
How he would view them? Weren't these like... Yeah, he put the bruh sound effect and the Vine Boom sound effect in here. I already hate this fucking video. But like... Oh, wait a fucking minute here. So you initially said that he got his start in 2016 doing like attacking furries and shit, and now it's moved to, well, he started actually doing toy reviews. Your narrative is all over the place of what Lio actually did.
Discrepancies range anywhere from...
He's using as a backdrop is actually from a fairly serious video. Not shocked.
White collar crime to Epsteining, I suppose. And eventually would go full force into...
Did Router win? Ace! Do you realize that you are culpable in this? How dare you? How dare you, Ace? I heard you're the puppeteer, the mastermind, the man with looking for truth in the world of art commentary. Like, it's the gayest fucking way to describe Ace.
predator hunting, although his methods are a bit retarded, for a lack.
I agree, the methods were retarded. I still stand by that. I fucking talked to Lio about it. I still stand by my takes.
Better words, but before I break that down, I should give you a bit of context on his personal life for any of this to really make any sense. Lio Convoy is married, and to who or what?
Who cares that he's married? Why even put that in? You're about to say, well, it doesn't matter that he's married. Then why bring up his wife? Why bring up the fact that he's married in the first place? What is the point of that? What is the point?
What her name is, I don't know, and honestly, I don't care. The running joke seems to be that Lio
Yeah, I had counterpoints. That's the thing.
wants children, but assuming his balls work as well as his legs or metabolism, though, he can't fucking have any. But that wouldn't stop Lio from achieving his goal, as he'd go on to adopt children.
His methods were tarded pot calling the kettle black.
Adopting children. Okay, listen very carefully, Router, because you've probably been told this a billion goddamn times now, but now I'm saying it. Retard. You need to understand one thing. Yes, did Lio adopt people? They were adults. Weren't children. Adults. Now, can you argue that they're retarded like children? Sure. Because I think all the people that Lio put his effort into are fucking wasted time and effort. And they're fucking losers. Like, I don't care what they went through in their life. Lio shouldn't have done those things. But they weren't kids. They weren't children. He didn't move children into his house. That's not real.
Adult children.
I know you wouldn't use that word, Lio, but I fucking am.
What?
This is my channel. I say the things that all of you are afraid to say.
Specifically females, or maybe specifically men. I don't really fucking know, but
Assigned female at birth. These women transitioned into becoming men. Call it cringe. Say that you're transphobic. I don't give a fuck. Right? But that's what happened. All right? It did happen a few times. But that doesn't mean that he adopted children. It doesn't mean that he was adopting female assigned to male at birth to have to do something to them. It's just ridiculous. This is where those screen caps sent come in. Look at them. Okay. Lio is screaming at me to look at something. All right, hold up. So this is where Lio's saying these come into play. He asked me this question before his video. I told him they were AFABs, and he still managed to screw it up. Who is this F slur? Someone who would make Nerf say chill with the clout chasing dog. Let's see here. Ask, well, to start, is there any validity to his real name being whatever? Or is it still up in the air? Basically, I know he likes to throw lawsuits. I'm sorry, what? Dude, okay, here's the thing that I can say about Lio. The man is not litigious. If he was litigious, he would have sued my ass forever ago. He would have sued me. He would have sued Beckett. He would have sued everybody if he was litigious. Like, I would win. I would win the lawsuit, obviously. But, like, he would have sent out cease and desist already, like Acerthorn or fucking Quantum or any of these other fucking retards that do that shit. He would have done that. Where's the litigious angle coming from? It is his dressing things video. Lio has actually threatened. But does that mean he's gone through it? Does that mean that anytime he gets into a drama, he has threatened lawsuits every time, Gilded? That's the argument that he's making here. At every fucking person that shits on him. I didn't receive anything. I've never received a DMCA or a fucking, what is it? Well, hold on, Lio. So a DMCA does lead into a lawsuit if you decide to counter notify. So, just being honest with you, that is the start of a legal proceeding. Let's not forget that's what a DMCA is. It's essentially the first step. It can, but it didn't. That's fine. But that's okay. Listen, we're not relitigating your bullshit right now, okay? We're not relitigating this bullshit. Someone else is not taking the time to do their research. What could you possibly mean, Christopher? We share the same name, homie. What do you mean? I have all of this stuff pulled up in front of me right now. I have every live stream, every goddamn screenshot. I have all the information. I'm going through it. But the video in of itself is trash. Okay? Not you? Yes. Let's see here. The other guy. I did get one guide. I did. Without him even trying, I got one guide. Out of all of his children, were any of them male, or is it just 3 women? Is he trying to imply that Lio collects, like, fucking mentally ill women? I said that as a joke. This dude thinks it's real. This guy's a fucking idiot. Photo, oh shit, I did see that, but my brain must have completely disregarded it. My apologies. Do you know whether or not he still actively fucks with people in the Senate, or I guess what he refers to as predator hunting? When was this? Wait, when were these screenshots taken? Pooh, when were these screenshots taken? About 2 months ago. Okay, 2 months ago. How did this guy not know that the Senate was dead? Why? How didn't he know that the Senate's dead? Lio stopped doing predator hunting. He did his addressing the response stuff. He's already talked to me and Beckett and other people and acknowledged his faults throughout that entire fucking section of the drama. How did he not know any of that while doing research into Lio? How did you not do any of that? You still think Senate is around? He does commercial for it in his second video. Yeah, he's retarded. Also, I was blatantly uninterested in reading/responding to him. You are the worst person to go to for shit. You know that? You are the worst person, Pooh. Like, I can't reach out to Pooh for jack shit. Yeah, he didn't even do, like, the bare minimum. Okay, thank you. So I'm familiar with the Rosa incident, and now Jack's incident, thanks to you. The Jack's incident. Jack's. Yeah, I remember Jack's. Has he had any of the major controversies of that magnitude? Those are, well, if he split from Jordan and Hopeless Peaches seem to be major talking points online. I'm not sure if I'm missing something major. No, that's pretty much it. If I remember, Christ, I have to remember most of this from memory. The Jack stuff. That was oh, fuck off! Yeah, this is the call with the 15-year-old that said he had a gun and Lio fucking did retard shit. Yeah, I remember that.
No, cause it doesn't fit his narrative.
Yeah, you were that was the 15-year-old we went crazy at. I remember. I've literally covered that in depth and how ridiculous you were in that. And Jax is also crazy. Like, we can't, like, negate that part. Like, he's out of his fucking mind, but I understand why he hates Lio. This is interesting. I know the lore. I have been dealing with other dramas than ACC and your drama, Lio. I only have so much memory for this shit.
But more on that later. After adopting these children, he would quickly initiate them into the Senate, a Discord server approved.
Initiate them into the Senate. Why is he making it sound like some sort of, like, fucking cabal? It's so ridiculous. It's like a cult cabal. Yeah, was it a ravenous group of fucking retards that were just like, Lio Convoy could do no wrong? Sure. But, hear me out on this one, okay? Would I call it like a initiation ritual to join the Senate or initiate people into the Senate? No. It was a public server that idiots could join that really liked Lio yelling at people online. It was a tard cult, but the way you're making it out, it was like Lio was purposely collecting these people. That he was putting them in this Discord server so that he could collect all the AFABs. Like, that's what this video is giving me that vibe of. My server just posted clips making fun of it. Lol, amazing.
Approved by the United Association of Adults Who Still Can't Color in Between the Lines, ran by Lio himself, and powered by autism. The server dedicated to discovering why everyone in its is so small.
What?
Including the women.
What?
And yelling at strangers until it grows a few centimeters. I've essentially dumbed it down for not only you, the viewer, but myself included.
That is the worst description of the Senate. It was actual garbage. Here's my description of the Senate. A retard group of people that think that changing the world involves yelling at people on Discord. Was I wrong about what the Senate was?
Basically, the mods
I feel like I was pretty on point with that.
Will deem someone worthy of judgment for one reason or another. This person gets dragged into a Discord call, and any number of people can join and berate them into submission as Lio threatens to dox or further harass or expose them if they leave, because he's got the smallest pair of pants and the shiniest helmet of them all. Now, why would he do this? And
now the doxing shit. Yeah, he found out where Jax's fucking school was. He was a fucking dick for that. I will not sweep for Lio on that. I still think it's ridiculous that it even happened in the first place. But the way that you're framing this video and starting off with like groomer allegations, the initiation to a Discord server, the female to male thing, like, bro, you're making this you're making it sound more nefarious than it was. You somehow compacted all the easiest things to dunk Lio on and fucked it up. I don't know how you did it. This is incredible.
How do they determine who's worthy? Why he does this is any guess to me, but what I can say is that Lio takes himself incredibly seriously.
He does.
He thrives on being the man that you shouldn't with because he has connections and very clean windows and a tongue to prove it. Hey, I just
What
wanted to
the
take a
fuck?
moment to break up the monotony of internet drama, predatory allegations, and surrogate father figures to tell you that if you want to think of me as a father figure, well, just f***ing don't. But as a consolation prize,
I can't stand the Vine booms. I can't do it. It's like giving me fucking AIDS. I'm developing autism listening to the Vine booms every couple of seconds. It's like actually pissing me the fuck off. Like it's actually getting under my skin. It's pissing me off. This is just like when Tipster would hit the oh shit button to me now. I'm getting angry.
you could join my Discord, where I promise we won't adopt you into a man-child cult, and instead you can be free to chat with strangers about nothing in particular, or post random memes like everyone else does.
Yeah, that server doesn't exist anymore. We're gonna get into why.
If you do want to help support what I do, or enable your childhood traumas some more, you can feel free to join my Patreon for as little as $1 for shoutouts. Early access starts at $3, or for $100, you could ask me to dress up as something embarrassing, and of course I'll do it because I have no shame and I'm basically a prostitute for the internet. Also, if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to like and share it with the other mentally ill individuals, and leave me a comment and let me know how much you love my incoherent ramblings and underwhelming arguments. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe so you can hear more about all your favorite bottom feeders. So since we're at the halfway point, I want to discuss
Yeah, your favorite bottom feeders, the easy ones. Like, come on. Like, I cover how easy it is to like shit on Phil, and like, bro, don't you're taking pod shots at like easy law cows, bro.
few things I noticed about Lio. His hero complex. He has a tendency to hype himself
Oh my god, this is the most generic fucking take of his. Almost a year. How many months has it been since the Lio fucking drama? It's almost been a year, right? Like, bro, the year. It's almost been a fucking year, and you're using the most basic fucking arguments we all had. I'm actually getting annoyed at this. DMs? What is this? Basically, I know he likes to throw lawsuits at every fucking person that shits on him. Not true. So I want to make sure the little I could gather has a leg to stand on. Out of all of his children, were there any male or just 3 women? They were all AFABs claiming to be men. It's okay. A stranger shows up and starts asking questions that seem pretty obvious to anyone familiar with the drama. Not to give a massive backstory, but I know almost nothing aside from your video. Why the fuck would you only use Gilded Pooh's video as a reference source? No offense to Gilded, but like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Gilded, 90% of Gilded's videos is just shitting on people. He makes it short and to the point. If you want detailed research, you gotta look at other people. And he used your video and got it wrong. That's like the funniest part about this. From Turkey Tom. Wait, information I could pull online. Wait a minute, from Turkey Tom. Is that the interview that he did with Harley about the Senate? Tom never talks about Lio Convoy. I think he talked about it one time on the Tom Dart channel, and it was a live stream VOD clip where Harley calls in and gives like a quick rundown on the drama involving Lio Convoy, and Tom could give less of a fuck. So I don't know why you're using Tom as a reference for that. Which I can pull online, not much, and whatever I could throw together from anyone covering the controversy. The only issue is most everyone covering that throws the viewer in like they already know everything about it. I literally did a live stream called Learning About the Lio Convoy Drama. I literally titled it that. I had Gilded Pooh on there, Enla, Becca the Krabs, people correcting me on saying these things and showing evidence of these things. How didn't you look at that at all? Like, motherfucker. The only reason most everyone's covering the blah 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 blah. They covered know everything about Lio up to the point of the video in question. This is so retarded.
up, even when he isn't trying. Don't you worry though, he is a nobody, but a nobody that wants to convince you that he's a somebody. He tends to say stupid shit like this.
The reason he's been acting the way he has on his channel recently is because
He only does research for his videos within 4 days time. That is fucking stupid. Like, if he was doing like a live stream or something and was like breaking as it was happening, I could give some grace, right? I could give a little grace, all right? This drama is almost a year fucking old, and you fuck it up somehow. Like, how do you do that?
he decided that my advice that's helped him in the past wasn't valid anymore. This is not an excuse for his actions at all, only to explain why he's done what he has recently. This is entirely his fault, and he alone holds the blame for that.
Now, that wasn't relevant to the narrative. He just wants you to know that he pulls all the strings. If you're sat at his table, you're going to eat well, but only when he says so, and only the red crayons because he doesn't like how they taste. He also has a tendency to speak to people like they're children, sometimes because they are.
I don't think Lio talked to one teenager that I am aware of, and they both had a meltdown on each other. The call where I totally yelled at Jar? Yeah, totally yelled at Jar. The fact that Jar said that you yelled at him is crazy. It's actually almost 2 years old. I was soloing the Lio drama for over a year before commentary got involved. Yeah, I'm going based upon when I got involved. Because I'm important, Pooh. I'm very important. I know, buddy. You've been doing that.
They are.
How old are you? 15, man. What, you think I'm scared of you?
But primarily because it's how he holds weight.
Bro, do you know, like, anything about the Jax call? I've covered that. And I was just going to be, like, brutally honest. Jax was crazy. But Lio also took a teenager seriously. Like an idiot. You could have just brought it up that way.
In his arguments, he'll typically try to throw legalities at you or gaslight you into thinking you're wrong with a clear and calm demeanor in hopes of either scaring you off or frustrating you to the point where you lash out. If you can't,
I've actually like talked to Lio about his drama, like one-on-one. I'm gonna be real. He doesn't try to gaslight you. He tries to argue his points, and all you have to do is, if you feel like that isn't sufficient, just be like, I still don't believe that this is right. Like, you're not gonna change my position on this. And he just lets it go. That's at least my interactions with the man, okay? Everyone has different shit. From when Lio was doing retarded shit in like 21, 22, to different Lio today. I have no idea.
Can't overcome this, though. His arguments and threats quickly go out the window when he hits you with a...
Also, as you see, Rattle will use my video points as a platform to virtue signal, which I find deeply annoying. Well, yeah, you're not a virtue signaling person. I gave up the virtue signaling bullshit. I'm here to laugh and have fun at this point. Why would you ever use a video that is obviously used for like entertainment and like obvious trolling purposes to argue moral arguments? Why would you do that? Pooh's videos are not a moral video. Pooh's videos are like, fuck you, you're an idiot.
Harder. Because Lio loves to project. He's not...
Who cares? Who cares that people say retarded? And the F slur. I'm trying not to say it. I'm trying to work on it so I can remain monetized on this channel. But who cares? Seriously, who gives a shit? I don't care. Who gives a shit? Wow, Lio called somebody the F slur. Who gives a fuck? I can't care any little bit that Lio did that. Or anybody in this community did that. No one cares.
Particularly smart, but his key to any successful debate is to not let his opponent know that. Now, don't get me wrong, he has doxed his fair share of individuals. One clear example was Jax, and at the time 15-year-old who Lio claimed threatened him with guns, to which Lio discovered where the child lived, found his local high school, and reported him out of fear of the child.
Which was fucking crazy. We can agree on that.
Possibly attacking his school.
So instead I called it school. Because as you know, Pizza, we live in the United States of America, where...
This is all... We can agree that Lio handled this in the worst way possible. He just said he doxed Jax. So he never really did. He just said that he did.
School shootings are pretty common, and the last thing I want is to have this idiot pop off his mouth about how he's been in gangs and how he's hurt people and how he has guns and do nothing, only to find out the kid went psycho and killed people.
A major point to point out here, too, is that the kid actually never threatened Lio Convoy until after Lio Convoy had already threatened to go to his house twice.
You want me to come to your house? Okay, cool. That's what we're going to do.
Now, some context...
It is funny now in hindsight how retarded both of these people were.
There's an argument taking place between Jax and Naroski?
Jax, you know that Nora can't control everybody, right?
Who gives a shit? Before Lio interjects asking his age.
Who gives a shit? You need the context to be able to explain why the call with Jax even happened. Why wouldn't you care about that? Now, can you just cut down to the brass tacks of that Lio freaked out on a teenager? Yeah, you can, but you did it in such a poor fucking manner.
Jax responds that he's 15, but nevertheless isn't scared of him, to which, without any clarification why, Lio tells him that he should be.
Which I don't care if this dude did the video 5 years later. I don't care. I can't give a fuck, okay? What I care about is how poor the delivery is, the insinuation that Lio is grooming kids into a Discord server or grooming people into moving in with him to be adopted. That shit's insane to me.
This would lead into a slap fight between a grown man and a 15-year-old, both sides coming out looking pretty retarded. Regardless, Jax tells Lio that if he threatens him or shows up at his door...
Yeah, and if that is the case, if Lio apologized to Jax, it's whatever at this fucking point. It's moot. You could still shit on Lio for being cringe during that, but like... You're trying to make this a grander point than it really is at this point.
Or Jax has guns and will Minecraft server him to death, or something like that. You know what the fuck I'm trying to say. This would lead Lio to calling the boy's school in attempts to hurt or destroy his future. This is a man that wants you to think that he is all-powerful, but when he does this...
I don't think it was to destroy his future. I think that's a dramatic oversimplification of it, but... Yeah, it was just dumb and cringe. Like, the whole Jax call is dumb and cringe. There's no... I'm gonna be honest, the morality angle does not really fucking work when the teenagers... threatening stupid shit and being a troll in a call, and Lio takes them seriously. Like, there's no moral argument. It's like two retards fighting.
To children for nothing more than the most pointless peek back and forth, it really shows you how low his ego really sits. So understand that he may have the power to dox or harass you, but when actively avoiding fresh air...
Dox or harass you? I've shit on Lio for months, and I never got a threat of a dox, or like him sending his audience to harass me at any point, because I took a lot of his audience at the time.
or grass for the smell of superiority in your crusty-ass piss-stained underwear becomes a necessity, it only makes sense why this shower dodger would look for a loyal following that would look up to him implicitly. And speaking of which, his children. Lio doesn't like to go the normal route of adoption like a normal adult, shopping around at some of the local orphanages and picking out the most appreciative ones.
The server said in the server after the video went down, he expects to be doxxed. That is so retarded. Why would you ever expect to be doxxed when there is only one instance of a dox happening? Fucking stupid, but okay.
Before they put them down. Lio prefers shopping around the YouTube platform and various forums for the most likely candidate to scoop them up before they put themselves down.
Dude, the whole angle here. This is a crazy angle that you're taking. I gotta re-listen to that.
Adoption like a normal adult, shopping around at some of the local orphanages and picking out the most appreciative ones before they put them down. Lio prefers shopping around the YouTube platform and various forums for the most
I don't think Lio was ever shopping around to adopt people. I'm gonna be real. Was it cringe that he adopted people? Yeah. But I don't think he was hunting people down in like these fucking cesspits of the internet looking for children to adopt. That is a crazy thing to say.
Likely candidate to scoop them up before they put themselves down, because it's cheaper than buying from the government.
There's so many brus. There's so many brus.
At an extortionate price and risk the possibility that they may have a mind of their own when you could just browse the internet for...
Oh, I've absolutely found other addresses, but for those people who are predators, not people, and so I give the cops the actual information. Okay.
Ones that have already lost their desire to think freely. He needs bodies, and whether that's to stroke his ego while he strokes his chode, he's more than willing to use them to create an army to help him fight whoever he deems a threat, either to himself or the safety of children.
An army of people. Was Lio, like, ever directing? Okay, again, this might be something that I'm not aware of, and maybe I missed in the initial drama. Was there ever, like, a moment where Lio was posting shit in Discord, being like, go raid that person, write crazy shit in their comment sections, all this stuff? Or was it just a fanatical group of retards? Like, I feel like the fanatical group of retards is something that's not directed. It just happens. I don't know.
For whatever that's worth. One clear example.
What's up, Dankside Phil? Sick ass name, bro.
Is of Rosa Ray Ramsey, an adult woman, Discord moderator, and someone so mentally impaired that she has a caregiver to help her survive. Now, I know what you're thinking. I said her and not him, and clearly I must be mistaken. But no, we aren't talking about Lio. This is someone with an actual mental deficiency and not useless chode syndrome. She cannot help herself or her situation.
I mean, at some point for fun, but I can't think of any specific it is in. That's more of a Peaches thing. Okay.
Although that wasn't enough of a reason to not blame her for not banning a possible predator from another Discord. Does that not feel like reaching for victims? Well, okay, 3 separate occasions, they forced this woman into a Discord call, attacked, humiliated, and threatened her, all to the tune of Lio telling her that if she left, he'd call her mother. This is probably the greatest example and most covered.
Yeah, that call was fucking crazy. We already know all that. This is the problem with videos like these that are poorly researched, right? When people like me get involved in Gilded and everybody who has had issues with Lio and know the drama, you need to actually be accurate here, because you make us have to correct your bullshit. Even though Lio's already apologized, already kind of like gone through he's going through, I'm not saying he's 100% clean, right? He's going through a change and a bit of a redemption in quotations, right? Again, I don't know Lio personally. I know him through fucking Discord. He could slip up tomorrow. I don't fucking know. But, like, that fucking call was insane. But you're fucking up everything else before this. You're fucking up everything involving the Jack stuff. It's ridiculous.
Controversies.
Yes, Lio put Mario in a cage.
Surrounding not only Lio, but his Senate. And is a great example of what this group is known for doing, and a look at the type of person that wants to be seen as not only the big guy pulling the strings, but the hero we can all take a page or two from. Now, I know this video was short compared to...
You did have a hero complex, Lio. You did. Okay, let's be real.
Others, and I've only just scratched the surface of the drama, but I think this is a good jumping off point for the rabbit hole. Hopefully, it'll give you enough context and backstory to start your own search, and if I may, I would love to recommend a channel. And
this video was so fucking bad, and then he's saying, yeah, that's enough context. What is the additional context? This video was crap. Dude, as somebody that was in the trenches of the Lio drama, this video is a terrible build-up.
and video that really helped me get the ball rolling. Because through all the mountains of drama, a timeline was really fucking difficult to put together in less than a week. So please check out Gilded.
In less than a week? You took less than a week to cover a year-long drama, an active drama that went over years. You did this in a week? Are you retarded? Where was the grooming? Where was it? I can only imagine how his other videos are, and like Dark Side Phil, Low Tier God, fucking all those lolcows. I can only imagine how bad it is for those two. Can only imagine. This is stupid.
Gilded Pooh. His research, as well as his interviews with others involved, really helped make the video possible, and I had a pleasure reaching out to him as well to help me fill in some of the blanks.
Yeah, the blanks were not very good. The blanks were you trying to figure out if you were going to get sued or not.
Covers Lio very thoroughly, and his videos were very fun to watch. So I'm going to leave a link to his channel and that video in the description. Go check it the fuck out. Anyways, thank you guys for sticking around. A big
I don't care about your Patreon. You can fucking jump. All right. What else? Oh, God, we have so much. That video was so fucking bad. That video is like unironically the worst fucking video of all time. All right. Where do I go next?
I put more effort into my school assignments than this guy did exposing a groomer, skull.
Yeah, I know, right? Now I need to figure out what to do next, because we have a Glass Raven interview. I'm trying to figure out where the pedophile shit started. Because I have all of it here. I'm just trying to remember. Because I have Nier's reaction to it. I have the interview with a mod, which, honestly, this dude is funny. Let me see here. I think Lio sent me the calls as well. All right, so I'm going to grab these real quick. All right, so this unironically gets really funny, okay? This gets funny.
Can you say something?
This gets really fucking ridiculously funny. So there was a debate in regard to one of this guy's mods, okay? This is in regard to one of his mods. His name is Nick Mullins. Now, Gilded and the rest of them found out that there was a minor within the server that 90's router hosted. This minor was being jailbaity, is the best way to describe this. And they were reacting to the minor and talking to the minor and all this shit. Hold up, shouldn't you go into more recent video before getting deep into the weeds with this? That is a good point. You know what? Yeah, you're right, you're right, Pooh. We'll get into the weeds of the gay little Discord drama. You are correct. Now, I wish to state Nick Mullins, from what I am aware of, is not a pedophile, but there is one in there somehow. So, after everyone's bodying him left and right, Router gets on a live stream with Ace, tries to defend his positions and realizes how wrong he is, deletes the video, the whole shit with Gilded Pooh and the rest of them. He releases a response video to Ace, Gilded Pooh, Lio Convoy, and honestly, he could have put Gallagher in here. He should have put Gallagher in here. He missed an opportunity. Lio was right about that. So, after you have just witnessed the worst Lio drama video of all time, all right? He uploads this video 2 days ago that he's replying to. Okay, let me grab that too. Here we go. So, this is Gilded Pooh, and it's a short video. This video that Router made was in conjunction to responding to not only Gilded Pooh, but Lio and the rest of the people that were criticizing him at the time.
I'm pretty angry today. I find some of what I've seen today to be pretty annoying, actually. And I think
this man has a mullet, by the way. Don't let him trick you. This man has a mullet.
The 90's router is a cowardly I just want to say that the entire point of all of this entire stream, is to prove the point. The 90's router is an abject retard and a coward. He has made every attempt possible to do the exact opposite of something an otherwise rational, normal person would do. So, one thing we need to point out here, real quick, is that this guy, 90's router, I have this totally organized, by the way, it's 10 out of 10. He gave up control of his server.
Do not.
He ran. What 90's router says here is, anyways, take care, you guys. Sorry everyone got dragged into this.
Now realize that the reason he gave up the server was because, again, there was a raid conducted. Gilded Pooh raided his Discord server with a bunch of people when they found out there was a minor in there. Gallagher made allegations that there was a pedophile in the server. Everyone jumped in and basically bullied the server into the minor into leaving. There was like fucking debates over the ethics of how bad it was to moderate this Discord server, how Router failed, how Nick Mullins failed, how all these people failed this Discord server and poor moderation. So Gilded is going to talk about that, okay? If I'm not losing any of you, right?
I've relinquished the server, and I'm no longer the owner. I'll be stepping away and no longer promoting it in videos. But if you need to ping for question, or something important, I'll always be around somewhere. It was fun while it lasted. So the question is, who did he give the server to? Give it to Nick Mullen. This part is actually inaccurate. Now, normally I would say I was just simply wrong here, and that I was also wrong to assume it after I saw members of that server say all of that uncontested. However, I wasn't wrong. I was simply lied to, according to this guy.
Now let's take a look at one of the other individuals in Router's server. Who owns the server? Router owned it, and he passed ownership towards me, as I'm the most experienced in regard to managing and running servers. He passed it for the reason of Lio and others harassing him and me for no reason, with old claims and dramas. It was you. Sorry, I read someone in the server say it was Nick. Got it. Nick lied about it to protect the server, and I praise him for it. So, question, the VX guy. Is that the guy everyone's trying to say is the issue here? Is that what's going on? That is the guy. Oh. He gave it to VX after people found out he was a pedophile. Amazing. Amazing work by him. Apparently the file is failing. I'm trying to open zip extractor right now. It's not allowing me to access it. There's no preview either, Lio. So I don't know what you got to do to fix that, but I can't access the messages of VX.
That we'll get into later, named VX, aka Novax, aka Cosmos. This is like the most strange lie ever, so I don't particularly understand why you would lie about this kind of thing. It's not exactly the most innocent behavior ever, but I digress. Who's Nick Mullen? Well, let's find out. Nick Mullen is 35 years old. Nick Mullen is in this server with 90's router and now controls it. The reason this is an issue is because this person named Noistering was in this server briefly, a 16-year-old. This server was allowing minors in it, which in of itself isn't necessarily a problem, as long as, I don't know, you're also not allowing sexual discourse to occur. The 16-year-old was, and we know, by the way, that she's 16, that he's 16, because upon being asked, I got this totally organized, the age of the person, they said, 16, don't groom me. Normal response. The 16-year-old was acting like a normal 16-year-old, was being a bit jailbaity. By the way, I've done it. When I was 16 years old, I did that shit too.
Pooh, what the fuck are you doing? Why would you say that? The fuck is wrong with you? Who just admits to that? Why did you say that? Fucking Christ.
Just not in the gay way. 90's router says here, well, I'm sure I'll be docked soon enough. I'm 32. Noistering, the 16-year-old, says, Zam.
Pooh emphasized he did not do it in a gay way.
Still ripe. 90's router says, are you the commentator that asked me, have your babies? Laugh emoji. Noistering says, most probably, it was the funny, I'm a girl, but I can't get pregnant.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
And this is, of course, before anybody knew the age of this person, to throw that out there real quick. Nobody knew.
Okay, this is before they knew the age.
Noistering at one other point says, who wants to get touched? 90's router says, what the fuck? Noistering says, intrusive thoughts took over. Noistering here says, fuck me. And Mr. Nick Mullen reacted with an emote that actually says, feeling cute. That's what that little emote is right there. Just throwing that out there. And then hearted the rest of them. Little weird. So by the time everybody found out that this person was a 16-year-old, again, because Gallagher asked, nobody else asked, Yen asks, the adults not stopping it is insane. Nick Mullen says, you don't have a sense of humor.
Bro, that should not be the response that you get when people are raiding your server saying, hey, there are weirdly sexual conversations happening in here with a known minor. And your response should not be, you don't have a sense of humor. That's just fucking weird. Oh, that's fucking weird. Again, Nick is not a pedophile that I am aware of. And I am not calling him that, okay? But I am saying that is a really poor fucking response when people are talking about weird conversations happening in a server with a minor in it. That's not a good response, Nick.
Beautiful reply. Fucking 10 out of 10. It's amazing. It's great. Back to the Gallagher thing. Boom. And then after everybody found out, I start bullying the minor out of the server. And I got a lot of flack for bullying this minor.
No, Nick should not care about this drama. Nick literally should not give an ounce of a fuck about this drama.
I wasn't blaming the minor.
I'm here scraping, okay?
I was not saying it was their fault. I was saying that their behavior was entirely inappropriate behavior in a server with minors in it, with adults in it, and acting that way around adults is not appropriate. And because it was obvious that 90's router, Nick Mullen, and all the rest of them had no intent of banning this minor out of the server, I decided that the best course of action was to make sure that the minor A knew what they did was inappropriate as aggressively as I possibly could, and also bully that minor out of that server to, deprive them of their pride and joy, right? So this minor makes a poll and it says, do you want me to leave? Look who voted no.
Nick, what are you doing? What is your Cyrax looking ass doing, bro? What is happening? Why would you vote no on that? There's a minor in the server, and there's weird shit going on. They put up a poll and you vote no. What is wrong with you?
Nick Mullen voted no. Why?
Like, if the server had no sexual conversations whatsoever or insinuations of sexual conversations, Nobody give a shit. Nobody would give a fuck. But here we are. There's weird-ass combos happening. People found out weird-ass combos were happening in front of kids, and they raided the server. And you tried to vote no against them leaving. That is crazy to do.
After all those instances where the minor was being completely inappropriate, why would you want the minor to continue being in the server? Why would you want that? After you found all of that out, why would you want that minor still there? That's a little fucking weird. If I was flirting with somebody...
I wouldn't call it a little fucking weird. I'd say it's very, 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 very fucking weird.
That I found out later was a minor, I would make them as far away from me as humanly possible. That would be my goal immediately, instantaneously. Nick Mullen, on the other hand, was fine finding out that he was acting somewhat suspicious around a minor. It would only being suspicious, of course, after finding out that that person was a minor. This was his immediate choice. In fact, actually, in that server, which unfortunately a lot of these are deleted, was arguing with everybody and defending this person, this minor, being in the server, in addition to the screen cap, which I was very lucky to get in time because you know who deleted it? That entire poll after I took that screenshot? Almost immediately? Yeah, you guessed it, Nick Mullen did. Little fucking weird, little fucking strange, little suspicious.
That is fucking sus. I'll be honest, that is sus as hell.
One might say. So, now, what's weird is to add a little bit more suspicion to this.
Look at this DM.
Nick Mullen was in a...
I have something to tell you guys, okay? I have something to tell the chat. If you haven't been following this fucking retarded-ass drama, I have something really funny to tell you. This Nick Mullen guy loves to talk about the fact that he made a 10, and I'm not kidding when I am saying this to you. He loves telling people that he did a 10-hour video on Content Cop. Who the fuck is going to watch that? Who's going to watch a 10-hour Content Cop video on iDubbbz? Who's going to do that? Who? Who cares that much? I A-logged the fuck out of iDubbbz and I don't care. That is a crazy thing to do. You don't need 10 whole hours to condense iDubbbz retardation. You don't need 10 hours to do that. That's a crazy thing.
Stream with Glass Raven. I think I remember it right this time. And in that stream, got kind of defensive about a lot of this stuff. Looking, you know, very innocent, of course. Right? And now, after...
I want to read this. Lio should be careful what he does next. I will use his video against him in my upcoming videos. Yeah, this dude is super scary. The case against him is really already bad enough. Case against him doing what? I'm curious what case against Lio Nick thinks he has. Oh, he's just a commentary shitter. He's nobody important. But, like, what... Everything that Lio has done that is fucking terrible, like, what does he think he's gonna do? The case against him is already bad enough. This just from his stream with Router and his stream with me. He needs to be careful because I'm preparing a nuke. When I talk about others at length, I don't fuck around. I made a 10-hour Content Cop on iDubbbz. I do not fuck around. Me being mean, bully to Router, apparently. Like, what did you guys do? Other than say that he failed the moderated Discord server properly. No one called... You guys didn't call Router a pedophile, right? None of you called Router a pedophile. You called him a pussy. That's it? That's all you did?
After that stream is over with, this is what he has to say. It's great. Nick Mullen said, Lio should be careful what he does next.
Blood, making a 10-hour video is not a flex.
It's not. It's not a flex.
Careful, you say. I feel like that could be directed towards you. I will use his video against him in my upcoming videos. Yeah, the ones that nobody fucking watched, Nick Mullen. Nobody cares. The case against him is already bad enough.
I need to see this video. he talks about it so much. I need to see it. Nick Mullen's Content Cop. What's this motherfucker's Is it actually Nick Mullen? Is that like actually his channel name? The Life of Nick Mullen. Who is this guy? His YouTube is Cypher's Basement. Okay, but he calls himself Nick Mullins. Okay. There it is, Cypher's Basement. Alright, I need to see this 10... I need to pull up the 10-hour fucking video. It's gonna haunt me if I don't.
iDubbbz shit that made you, you know, who you are all the time.
Imagine Cyrax trying to criticize iDubbbz, bro. That's what we had. What is this? Hold on. Wait, why is... Oh, there's Anissa. Okay, so all the lore about Anissa with Hassan, the Sam Hyde stuff. How much more do you need? Sam Hyde, the beef with Keemstar, the Content Cops, Fish... Wait, why is Fish Tank involved with this? Like, what the fuck? Because they made occasional jabs at fucking iDubbbz? This is so stupid. Why would you put this video together?
Just from his stream with Router and his stream with me. You mean the stream with Router where Router basically conceded to everything in that stream? And you mean the stream with Glass Raven that you were on? Where you look like...
Cyrax good ending, yo.
like an absolute retarded imbecile the entire time, getting pushed around by literally everybody, sitting there just jaw-jacking the entire time, filibustering instead of answering questions? You mean that's strange? Interesting. He needs to be careful because I'm preparing a nuke. Bro, the only person that looks bad in any of this is you.
So far from the evidence I've seen in regard to Router and the evidence in regard to Nick, I agree with Pooh here. I concur with Professor Pooh. Now, it's not because I like Pooh that I'm saying that. If Pooh was fucking up here, if this evidence was not substantive and they were just running with all of this information half-cocked, I would definitely be like going, you guys are retarded. You guys are retarded. You guys are idiots. I would do that. Even if just because I'm cool with Pooh doesn't mean I'm sweeping. What I'm trying to say here is that with these screenshots so far, Nick, you're looking like a retard.
Actually doesn't look bad at all, but all right. When I talk about others at length, I don't fuck around. I made a 10-hour content cop on iDubbbz. I do not fuck around. Yeah, I'm sure people stood there and watched all 10 hours. I'm sure that's exactly what happened. Moving on, he says, more targeting of server members by people who are friendly with Lio. I will target every single one of you. In fact, I am in favor of harassment on the internet. I love...
It's such a crazy line to say. You're fucking out of your mind.
Cyberbullying, and I love raiding. If I had...
Here's the thing, Pooh. I love your unabashed self, brother. I do. I respect it even. As a fellow peer of the unabashed. But you're gonna get your shit taken down one day. You're like Big Bungie. You're like on the line with Big Bungie saying shit like that, bro.
If I had the ability to get hundreds of people to raid that server and make your life a living hell, I would. It is important.
That is base, though.
To note here, by the way, that this instance and all the future instances I'm about to showcase here of him being Mr. Tough Guy are instances of fake...
Okay, I want to read this.
The way that this instance and all the future instances I'm about to showcase here of him being Mr. Tough Guy are instances...
I spoke of you in the way that I had because you inspired that. But my reaction to your posting and commenting is my disagreement with your assessment. I also want to let server members know that I would put up a tough front for them, so they know that I'll stand up against people who are fucking shit up where they shouldn't. It's for morale purposes. It's a Discord server.
Of fake bravado, according to him.
Among other things. And because I should talk about you like this when you say such horrid things about me.
That he was just pretending to be a tough guy to...
Wait! Poe, you went too far.
Being Mr. Tough Guy are instances of fake bravado, according to him. That he was just pretending to be a tough guy to boost morale.
Damn it. Yeah, this is some Himpleton type beat. Can I go back? Hold on. I'm doing frame by frame now just to get it. There we are. You're saying with your short that I like 'em young, then taking out of context screenshots to further frame me things as though I like underage people. You are calling me a pedophile. So I am not calling Nick a pedophile, okay? I'm not saying that. Am I going to say that there was gross negligence? Absolutely. Is it suspect that when the minor, after saying sexual things that it said, you guys let it stay in the Discord server and engaged with it? And then when they said, should I leave, you voted no? That is suspect, bro. That is suspect.
To boost morale or something in the server members, I guess. I don't understand why these guys like constantly do shit and then they're like, oh, actually I was lying. Like that's supposed to be like some kind.
The dude was spamming Akumu and tags, begging for his help. Listen, Akumu's got bigger fish to fry, bro.
Kind of great defense or something, but whatever did. Lio issued a 24-hour notice to have Router speak to him. And then Router ran away, but whatever. We'll get to that in a second. Router has stepped down as server owner because of all of this. We're preparing to fire back while Lio prepares a video about Router. People are commenting on videos of Routers with unrelated shit.
Okay, how is that Lio's fault? How is that anyone's fault? That other people are going and commenting on your Router's channel when he fucked up this big. It happens. He's covering YouTube drama. He's covering the lolcow shit. He should be aware that if you fuck something up in these spheres, the audience is going to try and eat you alive. This is what happens every time. It's a cycle.
Put all your irritation behind me. Because I am coming, everyone. So scared, bro. Terrified. We've been through enough. I'm ready to act as a representative of all of us. A fat, defensive piece of shit.
A representative of all of us.
While a history of making everyone feel bad has been crossing the line. Here's the thing. I called this guy out on stream. I explicitly told him that he doesn't actually give a shit about any of this shit. He just wants the attention from what was caused here. That's all it is. That's all this is. I will bring down the hammer in our name.
Well, that's so funny. I'll bring down the hammer in our name. This dude's a clout whore. This dude is literally baked in a vat. He was made in a vat of like the most obvious fucking clout whoring retards. And they created the perfect superhuman retard.
At least he's not doing it in the name of Jesus Christ. That would only be more cringe. I will fly the banner. Not a one of them know who they've pissed off. They're so incomprehensibly stupid that they decided that targeting, bullying, and harassing my peers is okay to do, because it is.
Targeting, bullying, and harassing your peers. Well, the thing is that if they're bullying a 16-year-old out of a Discord server to stop saying sexualized stuff, and to get them out of a server that allowed that shit to continue on, and the failure of the moderation team, I really see no issue with it.
Fuck yourself. They called me a pedophile, a creep, so on and so forth, with no discernible regret. Actually, I called you a pedophile at first. I took it back and I said that you were a suspect. But given the fact this is how you're reacting to all of this, I'm starting to lean a little bit more towards pedophile. And as this progresses, I'm going to make the point here that there's something wrong with Nick Mullen, and he actually might be a pedophile. This server may very well be a pedo den.
Okay.
Because some of the things that were said here in that server, this motherfucker didn't give a fuck about. Interesting. I have had enough, and I will make them hurt. My efforts will be merciless. This is a cumulative problem that I mean to answer. Enough is enough. Yeah, it's boring. And so...
This dude is gonna... I swear to God, this guy is gonna make a silencing all survivors video. He's gonna do it. He's going to make the video that I've wanted Mama Max to make for over a year now.
Who is this guy? Is this guy really that intimidating? You might be asking. Is he really the scary motherfucker that he makes himself out to be?
No.
I love little girls, they make me feel so good. So let's move on to the other mod.
He is like anorexically gross.
The other mod goes by VX or Cosmo. Some people just call him Novax. I faked the pedo shit. Always the best way to start a conversation. I, in air quotes, groomed them.
I'm sorry, what? The other mod said what? I faked the pedo shit. I groomed them on purpose to make them think I'm a pedo. What the fuck is... What? Why would you say that? Why would you say that? What? So they can leave me the fuck alone. This entire shit show was planned by me since the start of this year. Okay, but why? You can block them or anything else to make them work, to make them see the truth of reality. I may be fucked up in the head, but I'm not a pedophile, dude. This is fucking insane shit. Why would you say that? Why would you say I'm pretending to be a pedophile? That's crazy. Yeah, literally he pulled the Drake line. He literally pulled the Drake line. We've been feeding you camp information for weeks. I knew you were going to go on some Epstein shit. That's because we fed you the information. Bro. He literally... he literally pulled the Drake line. Let's see here. I'm just a psychopath that loves to fuck with them. Especially people like Blaze, who digs too fucking deep into my past. So you say start of this year. I'm telling you so you can't say I'm a pedo, but Valen said they were groomed 3 years ago.
On purpose, to make them think I was a pedo. You see, I was only pretending to want to fuck children. That's what he's going with at the start of this very conversation. Let's say hypothetically it's true.
Thing.
Why? Why would you want to do that? So they could leave me the fuck alone. Well, that was the reason, I guess. That's what he said. I guess pretending to want to groom kids is a really great way to get people to leave you alone. This entire shit show was planned by me since the start of this year. I don't exactly know the context for that particular conversation, and I feel like there isn't a whole lot of context that would make that, in any way, shape, or form, not fucked up and weird. Either way, this person goes on to say, okay, but why? You could block them or anything else. Cosmo says to make them work, to make them see the truth of reality. A little redundant, but okay. I may be fucked in the head, but I'm not a pedophile. I'm just a psychopath.
That's so fucking stupid.
That loves to fuck with them, especially people like Blaze, who digs too fucking deep into my past. The other guy responds, you say the start of this year. Cosmo says, I'm telling you.
Now, this is the VX guy, Lio, correct? I'm pretty sure Pooh said it earlier. Because there are DMs that Lio has sent me between him and the VX guy that I might pull up in a second. Literally this guy. Okay, just making sure. What? Okay. Retard or fuck off retard. True! This is literally what we're dealing with. This meme is what this VX guy is. Oh, God. Incredible.
This so you can't...
Honestly, I don't really care about the Nick Mullins call. I don't want to sit here for an hour. I might do a part 2. But I do want to talk about the VX stuff and then the this video in particular.
Say, I'm a pedo.
Just to make fun of Nick.
But Valen said they were groomed 3 years ago. I'm pretty confident in saying Mr. VX, aka Cosmo, or Cosmos, or whatever, is probably a pedophile. Very, very probably. But there's one last thing I want to go over. And that's actually the reason why this stream is happening at all in the first place. They decided it would be a good idea to bring up Monstrous. I don't know how many people here know who Monstrous is, but they brought up her toddler and decided to have discourse on the genitalia of said daughter. So...
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? They were bringing up toddler genitalia of Monstrous's kid. You've got to be fucking kidding me. This is what they consider jokes? Dude.
This guy says, also, I'm pretty sure Monstrous's child is biologically male. I don't know why we're bringing this up. Why are we discussing this?
Yeah, it's such a weird fucking thing to talk about in regard to someone's kid. Like, why the fuck would you do that?
This person goes on to say, I bring a certain all my trans homies are armed, quote unquote, vibe to the function that liberals nor conservatives like. That was the response. Bear in mind, they're talking about a toddler. Just throwing that out there. Nick Mullen, by the way, as you can see at the very bottom, is in this chat. Anybody want to take bets on whether or not he banned either of these two retards? Monstrous takes the screenshot and sends it to Router and says, is there a reason your server is discussing a toddler's genitals? I'm just curious, weren't you just in hot water for the staff talking to a 16-year-old? And let's be clear, it is your server, a toddler in preschool, by the way. Well, the response from that wasn't a reply. It wasn't, oh, I'm sorry about that. Let me address this situation. No, he deleted his Twitter.
You've got to be fucking kidding me. This dude is a fucking idiot. What is happening?
Not even an hour later. Anyways, all of that shit aside, be sure to like, subscribe, and all that other gay shit.
All right, so that guy, this guy in particular, this VX guy, okay? So Lio just sent me some stuff. Yeah, Router fled from that line of questioning, if you didn't notice. So Lio has sent me some DMs that he had with the VX guy. So let's see how it goes. Hello, Lio. I wanted to state, I'll correct the announcement if anything comes up or if you provide the full picture. I didn't make it just to spread hate, rather awareness regarding what I was given today. You should have verified info before you sent it, doofus. Now, what is, like, just context-wise, what is the announcement? I'm trying to remember that in particular. And what information are you pressing him on? Because I don't think I got that. I think that's one thing I didn't get. What was the announcement about, Lio? The announcement was who he blamed the raid on. He blamed it on Ace. Okay, so they were incorrect about Ace being the one that propagated the raid when it was just Gilded Pooh. All right, thank you. I trust my staff and members overall, and Ace isn't exactly giving a good picture, so you just assumed. Trust but verify is a concept for a reason. You here with a account younger than a month, making claims with no evidence and making a mule of yourself on all ends. You have proven in the past you are not to be trustable. Ace had literally nothing to do with the raid. My old account was from 2017. I got into bot waters. He did, in fact, he helped it. He tried to target the staff in the midst of it. I don't think Ace did that. Also tried to raid Nick's server yesterday. He turned off fights instantly. Nice. I would 100% put my credibility against the credibility of morons that run a server with you. You wish to know why I lost my old account since you wish to bring the account's age into this? He made a single thread. He didn't initiate it. He didn't post a link. You're a moron. Read my announcement, the new one, before throwing insults. Let's see here. For all I know, you messed with some kids and went to ground considering you can't look into me post. I did also, and I'll do as I'll please, and you'll take it. I exposed groomer pedophiles and sex offenders within the furry fandom, which put a target on my back. There's not a lot of evidence showing that this dude's actually a pedophile just yet. You're crying about bitter tears and get mad that a creep in your server was bullied, all while trying to downplay Router's stupid video. I also exposed degenerates while protecting randoms and minors. I lost my account because I sacrificed it. I love to protect nobodies. I don't believe that. This is before we found out. Okay. Cool story. Go buy a medal. All I did not ask for your backstory. I loved was a Discord account clown. I didn't ask for your existence yet. Here we are. I was here first, Cope. Bold of you to assume I meant my account. You've thrown a fit over the raid. It's easy to see what kind of person you are and your misaligned properties. I had a justified statement. I protected minors, but I'm fine with 35-year-old flirting with a 60-year-old under my nose. He wasn't flirting. Back on top of your lying piece of garbage. We have the screen caps. Router was attacked by your friends, your members, a while ago, and pressured on live stream in a corner. Something I stated in the announcement, which was true. Lyle laughs at him and on the internet. This is ridiculous. No, he was not pressured. It's on the internet. He was asked. Yeah, that's the thing, is that this interview, which I will show, I'm not going to go over the interview in its entirety, but basically, this interview, if you want to watch like the full context of what they're talking about here, this is the interview. The interview is on a channel called Glass Raven. They do an interview with Nick Mullins. Router was invited onto this stream, and only Nick showed up, so keep that in mind. Oh wait, no, that was the Ace one. Ace, excuse me. Ace had a call one-on-one with Router. The Router stuff ended up causing people to call in. Ace asked politely if Router wanted to talk to Lio. He said yes, and then the rest of it happened. So it wasn't really a pile-on when you have permission from the interviewee to have his ops on, okay? This is ridiculous. This interview is in regard to Nick Mullins. Okay, my mistake. This interview is in regard to Nick Mullins. Jumped. The hang up button was right there. Touch grass, please. All he had to do, all he did was attempt to cover a topic. You, for some reason, got defensive like you are right now. Well, to be honest, the video in of itself was complete trash and accusing Lio of grooming kids. So, of course, Lio is going to be defensive. Duh. He made grooming claims without evidence. The fact that you don't take issue with that is very telling. Oh, great pedo hunter. I'm bored. I'm a board certified EMT student with a double degree in biology and biology. Okay, who gives a fuck? You're a certified moron with a double degree in biology and biology. Funny. Who gives a fuck? This dude has to be trolling you, Lio. This dude has to be trolling. I just don't believe you. I was not clear on that. So sorry. You called me a moron. Yes, certified student. Okay. Double speed and double degree and stupid. That's not the same as not believing me. Womp womp. You're aggressive for no reason. All insults you have is moron or stupid. I'm aggressive, adorable. This isn't me being aggressive. Okay, Lio, you need to really work on that. It's like, stop saying shit like that. Just keep fucking with him. You don't need to add like, this isn't me being aggressive. Your Batman was showing there, bro. Your fucking old Batman was showing. He wasn't trolling. He was trying very hard to intimidate and tough talk. Yeah, okay. I can see where he's coming. I can see where you're coming from with that. He is trying that. I'm shaking in my boots. I'm just trying to take a piss out of an absolute clown. See, you saved yourself right here, Lio. Good job. At least I get paid to be a clown. You do it for free. What? Lio gets paid. Wait, because now he doesn't have to pay Peaches and people anymore. He's paying himself. Cool. Maybe you'll ditch this account too and give an anime backstory to go with it. No clownery on my end. You're the one paying to mod a Discord and trying to cover for a moron that makes claims without evidence. Lol. You dick. Dad, will this be on YouTube? No, but your mom is on OnlyFans. Okay. This is getting petty now. You're very Cast War Fox coded. The fact you can't tell that sarcasm is wild. A pile of ashes on OnlyFans? Damn, I'm rich. Oh, wow. His Bob's dead. Wow, who gives a fuck? Or I did it. It went too far. In both regards, you look stupid. This is such a retard argument. This is a retard fight. I'm sorry, Lio. It's so funny. If I were her, I would immolate myself as well. Jeez. The fact, Ace, and now you are losing to a furry in an art. Wait, they're the furry? It was funny. That was funny. That was funny. I can't take that seriously from some moron that treats a Discord raid as an act of war. Or a stream was pressure and jumped. An act of war, lol. I'm sure that'll go along with the rest of the your made-up anime backstory. I just stated my valid opinions to it, and some facts pointed at you, and you were here hot-headed losing your shit at me. Your opinion is noted and disregarded for the patently stupid. I struck a nerve there. You're panicking, throwing all that you have. This is interesting. So how do you guys know that the furry is actually a groomer? I have yet to see any sort of evidence of that. If I'm going to be brutally honest here, I am not, I can't definitively say that. From what I'm being told, this guy is a groomer, a pedophile, or whatever. But I have no proof of that, and I will yet to call that guy anything until I see the proof. All I know is that this dude's a cringe furry so far. Let's see here. I have high functioning autism, so correct. I'm going to mock a disabled person too. Yes, you should mock the disabled. No, just going to point out that you can't read a social situation. You need to stop LARPing as though as you could. So you admit to insulting a disabled person because they hit a few nerves at you. Do anyone think I'm only pretending to be a groomer is likely a groomer? Yeah, I can see that, but is there any definitive proof that you have of this individual doing things? Like, do you even have the proof of them saying that they did groom kids or like anything involving that? There's my argument. I'm not trying to be a dick to you guys. I'm asking just straight up. Because this dude is cringe. This dude did allow a minor to fucking say sexual shit in a Discord server. This dude is very bad at his fucking job and allows this shit to happen. But is there any definitive proof of him actually grooming people? Because I don't want to hitch my credibility and scream pedophile on something, you know? I could say Nick's a creep. I could say this guy's a fucking creep. But like, we need to have definitive proof that the router gave this to an actual fucking grooming pedophile. Like, don't get me wrong, him grooming people as a joke is fucking insane. And this dude needs to be on a watch list just for that, okay? That is required. This dude needs to be on a fucking watch list. I don't have all the Google Docs and besides, never said anything besides beyond a pedo. All right? Just putting it out there. All right? That's me. That's me. So far from what I've seen, again, I am reacting to all of this live. Something can change my mind on that. I said question isn't asked, not accusing you. Someone can't read. You'll be questioning nothing then. Very smart. You'll shove that college education up your ass or something. Nice. I'm asking, how is grooming a joke? It's not a joke. It's a fucking freak behavior. It's freak behavior. I'm not even going to argue that point. Gilded and Lio were 100% vindicated in the idea that this dude's a freak. But pedophile and like direct like that shit, I don't know yet. All I have is that screenshot of him saying, I faked grooming people, which is fucking insane. Why would you do that? You're a freak. There's a claim. Oh, wait. Virology is a scientific study of viruses, which are microscopic infectious agents. Okay, I don't care about your fucking little college degree that you're not going to do anything with, and that you're arguing with people on fucking Discord instead of focusing on your career, but okay. There's no evidence for the claim, and no one has ever come forward making it with any evidence either. I will now question you on it. I am very smart. Spare me, freak. Yes, you are. Your Discord mod for router. You asked for my college education. Okay, this is just getting retarded. This is so stupid. Let's see here. Theology is asinine. Okay, so they're arguing the argument that fucking Nick Mullins had where he was like, can you believe in God and all this shit, which was retarded. Blah, 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 blah. It's okay to use your... Okay, so here. Okay, here we go. Do people who believe in God are like router? This is so retarded. Do people who believe in heaven are the same? Because router believes something. That is so fucking stupid. This is a stupid fucking argument made by this furry degenerate. It doesn't matter. The God fallacy doesn't fucking matter here when you are talking about provable allegations of things. Easy information to be able to build off of and evidence to build off of. Router did not do any of that. Router failed miserably about that. So, like, you can't do the God question. You can't do, is belief wrong? You can't argue that. It's so stupid. This is cope. This is a cope question. Cool. My opinion is that it's likely you're a pedo. I busted a while ago. I pushed Router into making the video, which is why he's mentioning having friends that I've damaged. It's also why you have the new account and are scared of people looking into you. How's that? That didn't answer any of my questions. You claimed he believed it, so he's making proof against you. Unlike the other two things, Router is a moron for believing this. Comparing theology to this is asinine. It is. It's just fucking retarded. I just asked you what you truly believe in other people. This is so stupid. Then let him be a moron. If he's wrong, he's wrong. I never said he was making proof. I know you're stupid, but at least try. You are so focused and obsessed against him for a reason. Yes, because he lied. Well, not even lied. He just fucked up an entire investigation to double down on shit that is wrong. I feel like I got everything out of this. This dude is a fucking idiot. Yeah, this guy's a retard. This guy is a waste of time. Oh my god. All right. So let's see how Router responds to Lio, Ace, and Gilded.
The 90's router. 90's router. 90's router. 90's router.
It threatened to put me on a cross. Yeah, okay, dude.
Wait, is he trying to compare believing in God to believing Lio is a groomer? That's dumb.
Yes,
stupid.
That's exactly what
One
he's
is
doing.
a personal choice for people, the other is potential life-ruining accusations.
That is exactly what he did, Kabuto. It is the most retarded argument to make.
Routers. The 90's router is a cowardly He has made every attempt possible to do the exact opposite of something an otherwise rational, normal person would do.
Uh-oh. It looks like it's all over, boys. They've outed me. I've been exposed and I'm currently in hiding. If you see them, tell them I'm dead. Well, it seems my dirty laundry's been aired for everyone to see. Obviously, I have some explaining to do, but for the past few weeks,
the condescending fucking attitude that this guy's giving when he allowed degeneracy to happen in his own Discord server and was confronted on it, ran. This dude's a pussy. This dude's a massive fucking pussy. Like, you should not do YouTube drama. You should not be involved in any form of drama. You should not be talking about drama. You're a retard. It just point blank. Easy peasy. That video you made on Lio was bad. All the other little Discord stuff is like, it's bad. I will admit it's bad. But you're just an idiot. That's the biggest problem here, is that you're a fucking idiot that tries to do this weird argumentation point where you're like, it's all just jokes. The problem is that video that you made wasn't really jokes. You were trying to levy allegations. That is how it came across.
I've been targeted by not one, but 3 different goobers. Apparently there's a 4th, but this cat's just a hype man for the rest of them, so his opinions don't matter. You know, the irony of 3 people going after 1 and having the audacity to call them a pussy. So,
oh, 3 people going after 1. Let me bring up something real quick. There are hundreds of videos against Synthetic Man, hundreds of videos against Andy Pants, thousands of videos against Darkside Phil, hundreds of videos against Reforge Gaming, millions of videos about Onision, thousands of videos about Smash Bandicoot, thousands of videos about Mini Lad, millions of videos about EDP, Mr. Beast, all of these things. You can't complain when a group of people is coming after you when you have covered people that thousands of videos were made on them. You can't do that. You can't complain about that.
what did I do to piss off a literal head with a mullet, Nancy Drew's retarded nephew, and the big gay lion himself? Well, I released a video on the 4th of January alleging that this dumpster was a groomer, among other things.
Yes, poor video. Retard.
The video releases to some moderate success, and within the next few hours...
Moderate success. That's because people didn't look into it. And then it caught the attention of the people like myself and Gilded, people who have criticized Lio to death at how bad you fucking made this video.
I'm in a live stream to answer some questions about my video. So for clarification, I already knew this wasn't going to go well beforehand, but I did it anyways, despite knowing that there was a clear bias against me. One by one.
Then why do that? Why do it? If you knew you were going on a stream that was critical against you, and you didn't want to argue these positions, you could have just talked to Ace instead of saying yes to let Ace bring people on to talk to you and prove to you that your video was terrible. Ace was already doing a pretty good job from what I heard about this. So like, I don't get this victim shit of being like, I was dogpiled. You let them on.
One, I'm asked the same 3 questions. What proof do I have? Where did I source my information? And why would I make such a claim without any evidence? By a rotating cast of people that are terminally late to the live stream and therefore have to echo the same questions, and definitely not because this is literally all they have to pin.
Do you have like no agency to say, hey, I've already responded to this. If you watch back the live stream, come back into the call once you watch me respond to it the first time. Do you have no agency? Are you like one of these socially inept people that have zero agency for your own actions?
Me with and repeating the same sentiment over and over is the easiest way to condemn someone in the public eye. Absolutely.
The problem is that not a lot of people know about this. It's primarily within the space of Lio Convoy and Gilded Pooh. Now it's my turn. You made a terrible fucking video.
So eventually Lio and Gilded Pooh join the call. Spoiler alert, they're all friends, or maybe they're family.
Friends? Would I say that I am friends with Lio or Gilded is friends with Lio? I would say, I wouldn't call it friends, okay? I would say it's more like mutual, like acquaintances, peers, if anything. But friend? No. You just made a really bad fucking video that made everybody look at that and go, holy shit, this is so fucking bad. You're making Lio look good. Like, this is stupid. Well, see if I invite you to slumber parties. Okay, listen, Lio. You knew what we were getting into when we started talking. I'm still critical of you, but I have no ill will against you. There's not a friendship. That is mutually assurance shit, right? We're cool, but that's it. That's what grown-ups can do, right? That's what grown adults can do. Like, this dude is assuming that there are friend gay ops going on in the background just from that statement alone.
It's hard to tell with Lio. In the end, I do the decent thing, remove the video, and apologize for making such a baseless accusation. Everyone makes mistakes. I assume
you did do the right thing. The problem is what comes after that.
This would put things to rest, and that this would be the end of it. Fast forward a week, and although the video was completely removed as promised, and I've been ousted for being a fraud.
You also promised to put out a retraction video.
We got another robot wired wrong with 3x the ego of the last one.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, actually. But you also promised a retraction video. And you didn't do that. So one half of your obligation was not completed.
That doesn't do his research. It would appear that I have some new members joining the Discord, some of which with accounts less than a week old and never once acknowledging a warm welcome, but not suspicious in the slightest. Needless to say, things are looking up.
Oh my god, so he's trying to insinuate there was already a prepared gay op going on because he dares speak ill of Lio Convoy. That is so stupid.
So on January 12th, my former server was raided with allegations of a PDF file in the mix, congregating and plotting right under our noses. With an open server like I had, this could be incredibly dangerous and incredibly irresponsible of me not to have taken this into consideration. And I was the server owner. How could I let this happen? As everything began to fall apart around me, suddenly, the screenshot was dropped. Could it be true? Was Nick really the monster they were painting him as? Did he so carelessly post this in the general chat right under our noses? Did he make us for fools? Stay tuned for the exciting conclusion after this commercial break. Are you neurodivergent, terminally online, or young and easily impressionable? Maybe you have an aversion to loud noises and oddly specific threats.
Buddy, I'm not going to listen to some gay fucking avert while you cope about this. Now, Nick, not a pedophile that I'm aware of, but he's definitely a creep. He's definitely a fucking weirdo. I can stand on my 10 toes and say that, as Westside Tyler would say.
And we were converted to an 18-plus server. Most of us battered and bruised, a few holding each other and crying in the corner, and I...
Yeah, it's a fake advert. I know. I'm not going to watch it.
The 90's router stood silent with my underwear wedged halfway up my ass as the heroes and do-gooders high-fived each other while walking away. A post was made pointing...
Dude, his aping of the internet historian is actually fucking annoying. This is like one-for-one aping internet historian. Do you hear him talk? Do you hear the inflections? It sounds just like him. It sounds just like his inflections. This is fucking stupid. Like...
the finger at Lio Convoy and Ace space before later retracting Ace, as he's clearly the innocent party and has nothing to do with this whatsoever. The next day, another live stream was hosted and Nick was put on display as the truly disgusting man that he was. His reputation was over if he couldn't clear his name. It took weeks of messaging Ace space, the live stream host, to get an interview, but all was in vain. His only glimmer of hope would come with a live stream hosted by one Glass Raven to clear the air. Meanwhile, I was the centerfold of the art commentary community's drama. As the
art commentary community, it was Lio Convoy and fucking Gilded Pooh. So stupid. This is so fucking dumb, dude.
Individual that would allow a pedophile to run rampant in a server full of minors.
There were two people that called Nick a pedophile that I'm aware of. Actually, one that I'm aware of, and that was Gallagher. Gallagher's his own fucking man. So, I don't know.
Some good news, though, as Nick was able to clear his name, at least with Gilded Pooh and Lio, but things would only get worse as another moderator, Novax, would be accused of the exact same thing, but this time with proof. Since then, I've been cowering away in the Discord server, terrified of the outside world, or the internet outside the world, I guess. I've closed off invites to my Discord, handed ownership over to Novax.
Blames other people, makes baseless claims, blames the ACC, very jar-coded, very much so. What is with robots crashing out?
The predator in question, deactivated my Twitter, and ignoring the increasing waves of criticism and questions, even going as far as to block comments from my channel. The coward I am. I'm ashamed. Okay, so clearly I've been hamming it up for the past 5 minutes, and with such serious allegations, where could I possibly be going with this? So this is Gilded Pooh. His mullet and flannel combo tell me that he is wealthy and privileged.
He does have a mullet. That is true. I don't care what Gilded says. He does have a mullet.
Nor is he gold-plated, but his attitude towards the situation leads me to believe that he thinks he smells like roses, if you catch my drift. In fact, he was the channel I heavily misrepresented in my Lio Convoy video, which I didn't. I pretty strongly echoed his points. He just didn't like that it
Yeah, you echoed his points in the worst way possible.
was in the same video I called his gooning buddy a possible groomer. He was also...
Gooning buddy? Lio, you have to respond. You and Gilded have to respond to the Gooner allegations. Dude, wait a minute. Okay. You need to understand is that the video that you were referencing did not call Lio Convoy a groomer, nor gave any sort of indication that Lio was grooming kids. And you use that as a reference point to show credibility to your own video. Of course Pooh is going to take umbrage with that. Of course people are going to take umbrage with that. Do you not understand what that means?
Video, which I didn't. I pretty strongly echoed his points. He just didn't like that it was in the same video.
Your points were not well crafted, and you completely made some shit up. You tried to allege Lio groomed children.
I called his gooning buddy a possible groomer. He was also responsible for the raid that took place on the 12th of January, and as we've yet to turn up anyone else that may have been sending invites, he was the only one responsible for the raid. But let's talk about that. See, this message implies that he's solely after my moderator, Nick, and considering when he joined, the first thing he brought to my attention was this. I'm led to believe that this message was the backing for his raid in the first place, and out of context, this message response to a minor is pretty damning. But that's why context always plays a crucial role, and context, as you'll soon figure out, isn't something in these idiots' vocabularies.
It's still weird to say you sound cute to a minor, even if they are leaving a voice note saying crazy shit. I'm sorry. It's still weird. It's still fucking weird. That doesn't change it.
In fact, I noticed over the last
month, not a pedophile, but fucking weird.
They tend to trip over it all the time. Here's the context.
Bro, this doesn't change anything. This is still weird. It is weird that you respond with, you sound cute. Were they aware of this person being 16 at the time when he says that shit? Because if that's the case, this dude has the worst OPSEC in human history. And I get he's saying, oh, it's a joke, it's a joke. Still a fucking weird thing to say.
Does it make sense now? It's a joke. Maybe not a good one, but even I'm liable for dropping some corny-ass zingers. Now,
but that's not corny, that's creepy. All right, it's creepy. Can we just fucking say it?
This quickly derailed Gilded and claimed that he still found Nick creepy, but not a
They knew, if I recall correctly, that they were... okay.
File. He only remained long enough to scramble for any other weightless accusations to hold against my community and cause as much chaos as possible, but if this was all, then clearly he didn't look very hard into this accusation, do some snooping of his own, or ask any follow-up questions before making the accusations. Little ironic that they held me to the same standard just a week ago. He's also the man that's gone on record as stating that people in my community were, quote-unquote, talking about toddlers' genitals. Yeah, that's pretty fucking gross. So here's the context.
They showed all this. Okay, I will. IIRC. Stalin came out as trans and goes by Serafina now. And Montrose gave birth to a child who she strongly insists is female. This is a weird conversation to have in a Discord server about someone's child, buddy. That's fucking weird. I never understood why people like politics in the first place. It's boring and can often lead to conflict, which is like the worst combination. I'm also not good with being social. I recall some people telling me that Monstrous has indicated before that if she were to give birth to a boy, she'd force him to identify as female. I don't know. I don't believe that's real.
It's someone recalling a possibly mentally ill woman discussing forcing transitioning on her unborn child, or that...
I don't think that's real. If Monstrous said that, they're fucking insane, but it's still weird to have a conversation about this in the first place. It's still weird. You should not allow people to talk about other people's kids like this, because it's not real. All right, I'm taking your word for it.
After the fact, she may have. Now, it seems crazy to twist a topic about a woman and her forced ideologies about her children into talking about children's genitals, and although this may seem crude to discuss in the first place, Gilded, you're the one that approves
targeted harassment.
So I find it odd that you weren't hitting me up for an invite to join in yourself. But I guess that's only if you're against someone you don't like. Or better yet, you don't know. Let me get this straight. It's okay to bring up topics.
Oh, I know what Gilded's about to say. Gilded's about to be very angry. He's gonna be angry because this is Router cutting out context. Where the fuck is this context? Hold on. I had it. I had it already loaded here and it's pissing me off now. Where is it? Boop. Got it. So this is Router actually cutting out context. Funny enough. Boom. As you can see here, just to be fair to Router, okay? Would you let your kid, once it turns 16, to join a Discord server and refer to itself as a twink after, okay? Kind of crazy for Gilded Pooh to bring up someone's child, right? I'm busy trying to get my kid to bed. That's in response to Router bringing up the fact that he has a child. Somebody's cutting out context.
Pertaining to my child, but not someone you associate with. Because the way Gilded sees me...
See, right there, buddy, it shows that you're not being totally forthcoming about this stuff, Router. It shows that you are not forthcoming at all.
In my community, a majority of you guys watching, as well as anyone who gossips about someone he's close to, he'd like to
kick their door down and shoot them in the fucking head.
One other thing I want to share on this matter, and although it doesn't directly pertain to Gilded, it did happen during his raid, and since it's been brought up several times since, I remember somebody asking me during the raid if I allow people to pay to mod on my server, and I told them no, and I thought the question was a bit odd. Well, they hit me with a gotcha moment when they screenshotted my Patreon tiers, and one such tier, Discord moderator. Once again, pretty damning evidence, but ooh, there's that context again.
But the problem, hold on. No, you will be forced to moderate my Discord. Why would you even give them a role then? As called Discord moderator. So you're giving people a moderator role or even moderation powers and expecting them not to do anything because they pay you $9 a month to be a part of your Discord? Are you fucking stupid? You should only have mods that are genuinely trustworthy people that you know can mod a Discord server well. Like the people that I have for my server, I know all of these people. One of them I met when I first started, and he has not had any issues. I have Xylee as a mod. I have a guy that I've known for over a decade as a mod. I have my editor as a mod. And I know another guy for almost 20 years now as one of my mods. You also have Izzy, a mod that has been a part of every fucking main commentary Discord. So he has credentials to back it up. You have Smaggledaggle, same exact situation. You have my roommate and somebody that I actually fucking care about as a mod here. These are people that know how to do the fucking job. Like, these are people that I trust, okay? Paying an asshole, letting people have a Discord moderator role and not expecting people to moderate is fucking crazy.
Again, that tier is just a title, and a not so clever nod to a sweaty, overweight neckbeard, not unlike someone we know. In fact,
but it's still crazy that you even put this as a tier. Even if they don't have moderation perms, you still label them as Discord moderators? That's so fucking weird. You should have just said $9 a month gets you access to the members, like the Patreon only chat or something.
if you bother reading the description, it says,
No, you won't be forced by Discord without a decorated resume and a pint of blood, scientific purposes with your phenomenal donation. I'll be able to afford a bare minimum PC of roughly 4.5 years. I can only imagine how much longer it might take to reach my family, but I don't let those numbers discourage what you've done for me. This is a handout for struggling creators. Okay.
As no, you won't be forced to moderate my Discord, and as a pretty poor joke to follow, without a well-decorated resume and a pint of blood for science purposes. If you dig even further, not once in the tier rewards do I ever mention Discord moderation.
Patreon-only Q&As, general support, early access, live Q&As, complete post-archive, YouTube shout-out. Why are you then labeling it Discord moderators? It just doesn't make any sense. You couldn't come up with a different name?
Or Discord in general. Gotcha.
Bro, you still look like a retard, even putting that as a tier in the first place.
Honestly, I've never seen such a group of bumbling idiots stumble so hard over every bit of context. Now, considering all evidence provided, I would never...
Well, the problem is that you are removing context of certain things, but okay.
recommend or suggest any sort of harassment towards the people involved. But just remember to keep in mind what Gilded thinks.
I am in favor of harassment on the internet. I love cyberbullying.
All right, so this is Ace Space. He's a seeker of truth, and it doesn't matter what it takes. He wants to tackle the hard topics and make sure that the right people are held accountable and the wrong people are vindicated. He's an upstanding guy with a reputation to protect. So let's see how well that holds up against what I found. So Ace was the one that initially reached out to me. He said that he had some questions about the video, and I agreed, even asking if I would be bullied and jokingly responding that I wouldn't mind it, but he was clear that he wanted to keep it civil and on point. That really didn't turn out to be the case, as I was called a coward several times, as well as an idiot for releasing something that wasn't finished and had no proof of anything I mentioned.
Yeah, it was a one-on-one call, and Ace thought your video was shit? Like, what did you expect? A pat on the fucking ass and for you to have, like, the easiest goddamn interview of your life? Like, what did you expect? There are people that have been criticizing Lio forever that watched your video and go, holy fuck, this thing is garbage. What did you expect?
This is completely fair, and I was in the wrong. I definitely deserved it.
Okay, fair. At least you own that you deserved it.
And I'm not against receiving the same treatment I give others on my channel. My community felt a bit different about it, though, and as word got back to Ace, he reached out for a follow-up interview one-on-one.
Hey, I'm hearing that you feel like I took you out of context and I wrongfully criticized you. If you honestly feel that way, I promise to actually do a one-on-one, and you could explain to me why you feel that way. If you do not feel this way, someone is claiming you do.
I ignored it as I was pretty over this situation by that point, and I just wanted to make new videos. He was also nice enough to reach out to me during the raid and tell me how, quote-unquote, messed up he thought it was that all of this was taking place, and then proceeded to ask me for another follow-up interview to clear the air. The pattern being that this guy really wanted me on his live streams. Why? Because I'm the talking and focal point of this entire discussion. So,
duh. That's what an interview is? What is he gonna do? Interview fucking random people around you? Like, of course he's gonna ask you.
Oh, I ignored it. Afterwards, my mod at the time, Novax, makes an announcement blaming Lio and Ace for the raid. His friend Glass Raven reaches out for proof that Ace had anything to do with the raid, in which a moderator uncovers something incredibly odd.
Ace didn't do anything here.
See, during the raid, my mod team turned on slow mode to stop the onslaught of messages while we decided how to deal with the raiders and attempting to make the server 18+. But someone was caught going against the mod's requests and creating a new thread so that people could continue to spam freely. So, if you didn't catch all that, I'll give you a bit more context. Ace reaches out in regards to the raid in saying that it was messed up, but then he's later caught disobeying the moderators and participating in the raid that he was so worried about. When provided evidence that he created the thread titled Nick Mullen's hard drive, I see what you did there, he denies any involvement or that was ever him. Afterwards, he would backpedal when Nick would ask him why.
What? I made a room to be able to talk and choose something dumb as the title. Okay, so he just wanted to create a thread that was able to talk. He wasn't in coordination with Gilded. I don't get how this is an own on Ace here.
He would do such a thing. To be fair, I think he's like Lio, and he has a bit of an ego. I wouldn't be surprised if a majority of his followers do too, but I guess maybe he assumed that he could say one thing to one person, a different thing to another, and we wouldn't figure that out. All things considered, though, his deceit, claiming to care about the raid, then caught actively participating in it, and during all of this, he either never gathered the evidence himself, ironic coming from him, or he neglected the Gilded Pooh and myself had cleared Nick of his allegations the night prior, because the very next day, he's proceeding to use the same screen grab to continue to paint my moderator and my server.
Wait a minute, this isn't Ace. Well, hold on, this is Near. What?
Gathered the evidence himself, ironic coming from him, or he neglected the Gilded Pooh and myself had cleared Nick of his allegations the night prior, because the very next day, he's proceeding to use the same screen grab.
Okay, so he's using the same screen grab, I assume, in his live stream. Is this his live stream? I would assume it is. Why aren't you showing that? It does show his icon, so he's using this, which Nearless posted. Okay.
continue to paint my moderator and my server as a predator
I will buy a hat for my hat. I need more Medicare merch.
and a predator den. Ace, I may have pulled my information from Kiwi Farms, but at least I'm not misrepresenting the information on purpose for clout. So fast forward 2 weeks later.
On purpose for clout. Or maybe he was reporting on it at the time, saying that this shit is crazy and like how this is being represented is wrong. And that Nick is still a weirdo for responding in the way that he did to that. Unless Ace genuinely knew the context of that and purposely covered that up and went with it just to own you, doesn't make much sense to me that you would say that he's doing this on purpose. Do you have evidence of that?
Later, Nick reached out to Ace multiple times for a chance to clear his
Does it YouTube? Yes, YouTube takes 30%, so donate more.
name. I'll remind you, something I did pretty quickly upon request for Ace, despite having proof that he was an active participant in the raid. And after a week or so of dodging his messages, Ace eventually gets back to Nick to tell him that nobody's thought about him in weeks, and
Let's see here. I find it flirtatiously cute that you're willing to run your mouth about others, but are too coward to face the people who talk about.
To spend
the
on
fuck?
kitty crypto.
True! I will buy nothing but shitty crypto coins. Let's see here. But are too much of a coward to face the people you talk about. Why even talk when you are fucking spineless? Stop being a pussy and stream with me. Dog, literally no one has even thought about you in weeks. The topic is dead. If you want to talk to someone, you can actually have a discussion with Gilded. Consider he actually called you a pedo. I have made my thoughts clear. Oh, so now you're not interested. I have questions for you. You asked to stream with me, and you accuse me and others of horrid things. I don't care that I'm not the topic anymore. You advertised us in our server as being rather fucked up. To be honest, yeah, your server is fucked up. You allowed a minor to say the weird shit that it did. You, Nick, in particular, responded to that minor in a creepy way. VX is apparently a freak himself, and you guys allowed this to continue the entire time. So yeah, your server's it's a fucked up place. It's not a good place. Okay? Server as being rather fucked up. You talk a load of shit that doesn't make any sense, and you use out of context pictures to advertise me as a creep that talks to underage people. You owe me a stream. Well, from what I'm hearing from these calls, you're also a weirdo to any woman that's in a Discord server. So
the topic is dead, which is an incredibly interesting phrase to use from someone who would have me on his stream for making such bold claims. And considering the topic is dead, Ace, according to you, a groomer is still on the loose. Why would the topic be dead? Isn't that something you and your community claim to care about? Let me wrap this up by making sure I understand this correctly. If I don't respond to you people, I'm a coward. But when Ace does it for 2 weeks to a guy he accused, dude, I went on his stupid live stream the first day. Real interesting who you guys deem pussies.
Well, to be honest, if Ace did dodge that stuff and he didn't go to fight Nick on it, kind of is pussy. I can give it that much. But Ace didn't do anything in regard to the fucking raid that you're painting him out to be. Worst case is you got Ace on being a pussy, not wanting to confront fucking Nick. But the problem is that Nick's beef is more with Gilded Pooh than anything else.
Deem pussies. All right, so we made it to the man, the myth, the lion himself. It's Lio Convoy.
I can't wait to have the fucking mask.
So Lio's taken a backseat to the entire drama since the beginning, only appearing in the live streams and interviews to comment on the situation or participating in my server's raid, and only recently to call me out on YouTube. But
hold on, let's see that Lio call out. I feel like that's stuffed animal.
Live streams and interviews to comment on the situation or participate.
Welcome, say hi. Well, it's good mocking, same. All right, that's all Lio got caught for in the server during the raid, was just like, as well as a good mocking, that's all you have? I expected worse.
Participating in my server's raid, and only recently to call me out on YouTube.
I'll say this publicly since it's clear your staff wants to try and play hide and seek. I need to speak to you. It's important. I'd rather speak to you before uploading what I need to. If you choose not to, then that'll be on you. I've done my due diligence. Okay.
But as much as he likes to act as though he's innocent in all of this, one way or another, he's not. Whether he's calling the shots or making executive decisions, Lio's been pulling the strings for the majority of the time.
I'm gonna be brutally honest, man. Lio does not have the pull that you think he does. He does not tell anyone what to do. He did not tell me to go live stream and talk about this shit. I took interest because I've seen the retardation on all ends, and it's just gotten to the point where it's just the most retarded shit imaginable. And of course, I find this entertaining to me. I love stupid retard slap fights. It's my bread and butter. So, I'm gonna be real. Again, they need to provide a lot more proof, but Nick is a weirdo. He is a creep. I will say that. You trying to portray Ace as participating in the raid, incorrect, but Ace avoiding a call with Nick, kind of pussy. You, kind of not really apologizing for the really shitty video. Now, you did say I owned up to it. There's no real I'm sorry, though.
even if indirectly. My audience's actions may seem reflective of me because we either agree in one way or another, or I've influenced some new traits. No, I'm not going to be held accountable if you do something terrible to the furry community and I actively make fun of them, but people will definitely cite me as an instigator and an influencer for your actions. And it's the same way that Lio has conducted himself over a near decade online.
Wait, so are you trying to say that you won't take responsibility for that, but Lio should take responsibility for people that raided your server that are part of Gilded Pooh's fucking audience? What?
From yelling at children on Discord calls, mistreating and threatening a mentally disabled woman, he has incredibly narcissistic tendencies, and is in Akumu's Lio Convoy, the full story.
Oh my god, the Akumu video. Bro, yes, Akumu made a video on Lio. I'm pretty sure, and I don't know this for a fact, right? I've never spoken to Akumu in my entire life. I do like his content, though. I do like his shit. I respect the game on fucking destroying art commentary, bro. I respect the fuck out of it. But I'm pretty sure if Akumu did an updated Lio video and like made corrections, if there is any sort of miscommunication within those videos, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be touting Akumu right here.
Well, it's clear that Lio has a tendency to lie or twist the truth to crop out just enough so that he can cover his own fat ass. It's one of
What's the requirement for being art commentary? Retarded, terminally online, really into art. You're totally cool with like just making shit up about people. What else? You're either a pedophile or you're a pedophile hunter. There you go. Those are the requirements.
The many traits that Ace and others would share with him. Now, Lio would
diaper fetish, true. You need that too.
Have you believe that he's a changed man and that he would never do that anymore. I think he would even have you buy that the Rosa call changed his perspective. But he's shown himself more than once in public, on live streams, and if he's willing to...
Wait, hold on. Well, to be honest, Lio hasn't been doing fucking retard shit that I'm aware of, so... Can I just go frame by frame here? Don't try and backpedal now. You came in here thumping your chest without actually a single question to clarify things. Go back to the server ran by a creep who admitted a groomer on staff. Well, the dude did say... I'm not gonna lie. The one staff member did say I made up the pedophile shit because I thought it was funny.
And if he's willing to speak to people like this in front of viewers...
In front of viewers? What? Who gives a fuck? Like, it's Lio just being fucking Lio.
...himself more than once in public, on live...
I'm gonna be honest. If Lio's not screaming in Discord calls to retarded people, like, if he's not doing what he did in the Rosa stuff, I really could care less what he's doing. You come into MySpace, run your mouth, and then want to de-escalate when I respond. Either you're a liar or a coward. Go back to the creepy little server instead of groveling at my feet.
...streams, and if he's willing to speak to people like this in front of viewers...
Oh, and say hi to Nick and Novax for me, since you're the reason you posted this, because you wanted to defend a creep and a pedo.
It's only a wonder what he's willing to do behind closed doors. Let me give you a few examples.
Now, again, I need more evidence that the fucking furry guy is like 100% a pedo, but I'm going to be brutally honest. He's not helping himself with the whole I pretended to be a pedophile and I groom people as a joke. Like, that's not helping him. It's definitely going in that fucking direction.
Of the colorful language his followers exhibit. And keep in mind, most of these people claim to be at least liberal in one way or another.
Dude, what? Gilded's a liberal? Gilded literally sends me, like, Nazi manifestos because he thinks it's funny. Like, what? Gallagher is not a part of Lio's community. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
They definitely promote female empowerment, or at least I know Lio does.
You are a worthless piece of shit.
What? Are you... Wait, this is Peaches talking. This is the fat whale talking.
Has got no life, got no friends, got no job, does nothing.
Can you stop with the Vine booms? Holy fuck, how old are you?
So what kind of social life has gotten in the way?
And they seem extremely concerned about transgender equality, even possibly for unborn or extremely young children. Now, do I think that these are actually progressive liberals who support equality and diversity and acceptance? No.
Why are you fucking doing this weird gay argumentation about liberalism? Like, what is happening here? What is this? Why are you doing this?
These people are more than likely mentally ill and using whatever movement fits their bias as long as they can use it as an excuse to attack people they don't like. Now, Lio has admitted to having a young audience in the past, though apparently his...
What? Dude, here's the thing, right? And this is something I'm going to teach all of you. Everyone on YouTube has a young audience. Bro, you can't tell what kind of audience you have.
Add a freaking Vine boom to it, Lamau.
Yeah, it just got worse for me. I'm going to teach you all something. The analytics on YouTube discerning age of an individual that watches your channel has never been accurate. It's never been accurate. People lie about their age on the internet, okay? Lie about it. So you, Router, probably do have a younger audience than you think you do. This is an argument that everyone's made a million times over when it comes to criticizing channels. It's the internet. Of course, a younger demographic is fucking watching.
server is 18 plus, as most of these communities are, but let's not act like anybody's checking IDs at the door. And unless
the thing is that when I joined the Senate, the thing that you still think exists, I had to ID verify. Not ID verify, I had to age verify at the minimum. Your server, from what I am being told, didn't do that. And you allowed a 16-year-old to act like jailbait, and then Nick was saying weird shit to them. Okay? Do you understand why that's the problem here?
you are, this 18 plus tactic works the same way as any website. Click 18 plus to enter or no to leave. SWAT teams aren't breaking down doors and kicking in teeth of liars, Lio, and I assume you know that. I only bring this up because although some of these people claim to be over 18 and even more of them claim to be in their 30s, this is representative of the behavior of a 14-year-old in a Call of Duty lobby in 2012. That or Lio on a call.
Who cares if everyone's saying slurs? I don't give a shit. Who gives a fuck? Who actually cares?
With a minor.
Can we just call all of ACC potential? Yeah, just blanket term it, Shogun.
I'm not worried about you shooting.
Oh my god, Lio called a 15-year-old a retard because he was trolling and Lio got mad about it. The horror! The cringe is what's more important here.
Now, I don't think there's a better way of describing Lio. He's a blubbering man baby that wants you to think that he's the coolest, smoothest, level-headed guy in the room. He really
fucking doesn't. Like, the convos I've had with him, bro, I had him... You want to... Here, I'm going to let you listen to something. I'm going to leak something, Lio. This is my favorite thing Lio has ever fucking sent me. I need it. I need it, like, right now. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. I need you to see this. I need you to listen. Okay, so I argued with I tried to argue with Lio, are Smurfs mammals, and this is the fucking shit he sends back to me. This dude does not think he's cool.
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. This is going to sound really weird, but it depends on whether or not they produce milk. Because like a platypus doesn't give live births, right? They lay eggs, but they produce milk, which is one reason why they're still in the mammal category, despite being, well...
Now realize the context is I said Smurfs lay eggs, okay? Like this is the kind of shit that Lio talks about.
God's favorite jigsaw puzzle. So
how does this
I
dude
guess
think
that would
he's
be
cool
the defining
again?
factor, because I don't know if there was ever any actual lore about how Smurfs actually reproduce, because again, I hate the Smurfs. So it's possible they do it by magic, or maybe like other ways. So I don't know. I have no clue. The fact that they had like an attraction to God, what's her name? The woman Smurfette, because the most original of names, shows that there's at least something there. Otherwise, they would not care at all.
This is me and Lio like fucking debating the Smurf, how Smurfs reproduce. Like, it was stupid. But bro, this dude does not think he's cool. He just explained to me in detail what he thinks about Smurfs being mammals or fucking fish. Like, this dude isn't cool.
He wants to be a vigilante or a hero, or he at least wants people to recognize that about it.
Like, how dare you hate on my blue boys?
See, this is what I am telling you all. And this is what Router doesn't understand. Lio does not think he's cool. It is obvious he doesn't think he's cool.
But he's nothing more than a short-tempered crybaby that will quickly resort to screaming and name-calling.
And yet y'all aren't friends? I'm not really friends with Lio. I think he's funny. I can give him that much. But I would never hitch... I'm not going to ever hitch my ride and say, I am best friends with Lio. Lio can do no wrong. I've talked to him occasionally, and we have stupid fucking conversations. Go yell at Beckett. Beckett does the same fucking thing with him.
Can't outsmart you or intimidate you. He acts like a bully on the internet because his cardiovascular system wouldn't allow it in real life. The most threatening thing about Lio is the toy sword he carries around under his belt.
The toy sword is fucking gangster. That was funny. It is funny. The sword with the fucking mask and shit, that shit's keto.
Even online, the majority of his predator hunting takes place in a room full of his peers because he's too afraid to do it alone. Now who's the coward? And that leads me to the meat of this video.
Okay.
Smurfs are just asphyxiated.
Stop! Stop!
Novax.
You're gonna get me banned, Pooh, goddammit.
I met Novax roughly about a month ago when I made a video, and in the middle, I requested anyone with knowledge modding for Discord to reach out to me in the comments.
Omegon wants the sword, by the way. Wait, how does Omegon know that I'm getting Lio's mask? Does Omegon want his sword? Tell Omegon that I'll negotiate on his behalf if he sends me his most expensive bottle of whiskey.
In hopes of making my server a little more fun, comfortable, and user-friendly.
Tell him that if he wants the sword, I'll negotiate it with Lio, but I get the most expensive bottle of whiskey out of Omegon's fucking, his collection, okay?
He reached out and offered to help me, and I immediately got him in the Discord and set him up as a moderator. I didn't conduct an interview or ask any follow-up.
Yeah, you're saying it's a no-go? Ask him. Ask him.
follow-up questions because I had a
I want the most expensive, one of the most expensive bottles he has.
Community of
Because
about
I know that motherfucker has good taste.
50 people. And at the time, considering no one was offering to mod for me, I was just happy to take any help I could.
It's a piece of internet history. It's worth the money.
Yeah. Throughout his time in the server, he was friendly, helpful, if not a bit odd. But primarily it was his god complex that he later admitted to having. Over time, he would tell me about how he would attempt to and did take down some bad people on the internet and how they were after him as well. A lot of this came off in the form of his god complex, that he would protect my community, sacrifice himself.
Bro, isn't that like a red flag to you almost immediately that this VX guy is fucking insane? He's talking about laying down his life for your community and like all this crazy shit. Like, how didn't this like register in your head? This dude's a freak.
Just odd shit, but otherwise harmless. Honestly, it got pretty tiresome, and it's none of my business, and after a certain point, I just started to tune it out. Now, it wasn't until I was given any of this evidence that I ever really thought much about it, but considering Novak spoke a lot about pedophiles and groomers that he was after, trying to take him down, I wasn't really sure that this wasn't something that was being coordinated by them in the ACC, and...
You thought that they gay up this dude? You met him before the ACC fucking talked to you. What? I was actually trying to give him Megan the Jar Cine call, the original video Jar did, but he never responded. If he doesn't respond to you, Lio, let me know and I'll send it over to him.
Well, they really haven't given me much trust or faith, and as they proved time and time again, that smearing my name, context be damned, that was the only goal. They already brought...
Well, the problem is that the context of itself is still that there was a minor in the server, there was weird conversations happening of a sexualized nature that the minor was stating, Nick engaged with that, and when people found out and said ban this minor, Nick voted no. And you guys kept the minor in there. And then you traded hands of the server to somebody that you later found out to be a like whatever the fuck is this denomination is at this point, pedophile, groomer, freak, whatever it is. Just wait until you see my response to Router. You lied a lot in this video. Okay, then I'll basically hold off on doing the whole clip here and just put it all out as one video.
One mod into this, and considering he cleared his name and then they continue to try and lambast him, it wouldn't be a shocker to think that this was bullshit too. Now, Novax did try...
Actually, if you even said it, listen, I could find a way. I've smuggled it.
To maintain his innocence the best that
Don't worry, I'll make it work.
Could. He gathered proof to clear his name, and honestly, after all that he did for me, I wanted to believe him, and I wanted him to prove that he wasn't the guy that they were claiming he was. I still do in a way, but the evidence got to be way too much, and everything I read made me fucking sick. And in the end, I just decided to cut ties with him. The one thing I can't get out of my head, though, is if...
Wait, but you cut ties with him, but gave him the server before that.
Community cares so goddamn much about other people's safety, and to see justice come to the people who deserve it. Why would they plaster this all over social media?
What? Hold on. Hold the fuck on. Hold on.
Still do in a way, but the evidence got to be way too much, and everything I read made me fucking sick. And in the end, I just decided to cut ties with him. The one thing I can't get out of my head, though, is if a community cares so goddamn much about other people's safety, and to see justice come to the people who deserve it, why would they plaster this all over social media?
Okay, so if there was actually like a full-blown pedophile, right? Like actual proof of that shit, that should be sent to the police, obviously. Internet vigilantism is just fucking retarded. But, and here's the but, right? The information at the time was circulating because of these people doing these things. So, like, is it a bad thing that they drew attention to it and the fact that this individual that you now are aware of that is a freak, that you, with your information, confirmed is a freak, because of what they did, led to this outcome? Yeah, like, plastering it everywhere and talking about it is not crazy. You're improving how absurd the statement about me is? Alright. What do you got? I'm afraid of what the fuck this is. Alright.
And the truth is, you're not doing it for morals. You're not doing it for the kids. You're not doing it for the fucking victims. You're doing it for clout, just like Coyote Lovely, and just like everybody else that has a YouTube channel. Whenever you make a video, as I said, you are exclusively doing it for entertainment and attention. And sometimes, if you have, the following, for money. And to say otherwise is a lie. And the second thing that I have to say about all of that is, quite frankly, fuck the victims. Okay. I don't give a fuck about any of them. Not my kid, not my fucking problem. Okay. And fuck you.
Okay, Puka.
On their live streams, and make a proper investigation that much harder to conduct. Why act like you care about the safety of children when this evidence is about one person, but you've plastered another's face all over your thumbnail? It doesn't really seem like you care about anything more than points and clout. Anyways, I'd like to say that this means that the server is...
Clout? I don't know. Is there any clout to get off of you? Like, realistically, I'm kind of like, what does your channel even get that you're talking about, like, clout differentials? I'm sorry, I keep going back to this. What's your most popular? 72K views 4 months ago. Did you just start uploading recently? You got good viewership. Can't argue with you on that one in the context of, like, these larger videos. But, like, Andy Pants is an easy topic. Mini Lad has been known forever. Reforge Gaming, there's a whole hate community to go off of. This VTuber shit was, like, forever old, but I bet it's a good retrospective. I have no idea. Smash Bandicoot, easy topic, a lot of views. Boys Critical talked about it. I don't know anything about this guy, but probably a good video. I don't know anything about this guy's content outside of the Lio shit, and it's not really looking good. What clout do you really have to offer? I do like the thumbnail art, but, like, what clout do you really have to offer, Router? If anything, I'm kind of just wasting my time talking about you. Like, really. I'm kind of just wasting my time. But the thing is that you've done stupid shit. You allowed stupidity to propagate in your server. So, like, is it bad that I'm talking about this?
What did I do? Proper investigation. They latched onto him through or will be. I don't have the desire to make tough split-second decisions. I just want to write jokes. I enjoyed my time.
Bro, then you shouldn't be running a community. Hold on.
Much of a surprise that the ACC has made any community open or 18 plus feel pretty slimy and gross. Honestly, I wasn't prepared for the responsibility of running a server, and I don't think I ever.
Then you shouldn't have made a server. Like, you shouldn't have made a server in the first place. You shouldn't have built a community in the first place then. If you weren't ready for that, you can't do it then. I want to see you catch it, Chris and Ark. If you don't catch what come next, I'll be disappointed in you. Okay.
Ever will be. I don't have the desire to make.
The fake Leia somethings have showed up. You fell for it, 420. I fucking love that account.
Tough split-second decisions. I just want to write jokes. I enjoyed my time getting to know a lot of you, but I think I prefer my company away from strangers on the internet. For nearly a month, I've been targeted by this group of smears and people from the art commentary community. And if you aren't aware, these are the people that follow Lio. They latched onto him through Hopeless Peaches, another art commentary channel some time back, but that's not important at the moment. So since my original live stream with A-Space, Lio, and Gilded Pooh, among others, people in their circle of friends or people they would associate with would join my Discord server. Why? Well, I can't say for sure, but if I had to guess, it would be to snoop around and try and dig up some dirt on myself and my community.
Basically, I was trying to not get kicked so I could get more information on the people.
Seems only fair because I said some nasty things about Lio that it only seems right they find some nasty things to say about me.
But that's not what the initial goal was. Wasn't the initial goal at the time? Wait, what? Didn't Gallagher, like, point out the fact of some weird shit going on and they found out about it and then the raid happened? They already know you were talking shit about Lio. So, like, what the fuck is that? Huh?
And nasty they have. In fact, they've requested me join several live streams. They've called me out on Discord, on Twitter, in my DMs, and even...
Found out because he got in the Magic the Gathering debate with Nick. Yeah, so then why the fuck is he trying to say that people just only joined because they wanted to collect information on him saying mean things about Lio? Dude, you were already saying crazy shit about Lio. They already had enough.
Resorted to leaving comments on unrelated videos about the drama. So let's clarify. I'm not hiding. I've been here the entire time, and unless I want to try and scrub my entire digital footprint from the internet, I'll remain here. But understand this. Throughout the last few weeks, I've kept reading and hearing the 90's Routers Discord, the 90's Routers channel, the 90's Routers responsibility. And you know, you're right. It was my Discord, my channel. It's attached to my name, and I'll talk about it whenever I damn well please. Hopefully.
Oh my god, he's such a fucking... Bro, he's so pissed.
By this point...
Like, I get it, you're mad, but you fucked up. You fucked up. And people collecting info and going, holy shit, this dude... vastly destroyed a fucking YouTube, a Discord server, allowed weirdos to moderate it, and allowed a minor to be in there jailbaiting people is bad. Is really bad.
In the video, you'll start to understand why I haven't said anything until now. These people have no integrity. They don't care about catching bad guys or rescuing the innocent. They want a juicy story to tell to their community.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. I don't give a fuck. I go to bed and sleep like a baby after this shit. You're just an idiot.
I've learned one thing from them, though. It's that they hate themselves almost as much as they hate each other. This person exposes that person, exposes this person, and it's an endless circle of hate and misery. These people...
Aren't you propagating the hate and misery with all of your videos about, like, Reforge Gaming and Darkside Phil and all these people? Like, don't you contribute to that cycle of hate and misery if you want to categorize it as that? So, like, why are you taking umbrage with it? It's because it's happening to you now.
People exude don't f with me because I'm unbathed and terminally online. They've gone after my Twitter, my YouTube, my Discord, and my
your YouTube
comments, direct messages to the point that I just deactivated.
What's good, Kumo? I hope you saw that part where I said that I said all that stuff to Doc on the radio. Totally real Kumo in chat, by the way.
My fucking Twitter for the sake of my mental health. I've hidden comments in my videos because I'm not going to allow them to skew the narrative or force me to talk about something until I'm ready to do so. They aren't my community, and they damn sure don't care about them. I plan to address this on my own time, and now that I have, I am done. I don't care what comes next. I'm moving on. They can continue making videos and live streams about me. They can continue to prove how important I am to them. At the end of the day, I don't give a shit what they think. It's my audience. The
you definitely totally give a shit what people think. What are you talking about?
People who enjoy me for my content, enjoy me for me, that are a part of my community that I owe anything to, and I apologize for how long it's taken me to address this mess. For anyone who chooses to leave, know that I appreciate the time that you've given me, and I hope you can find even better content in the future. For those of you who will choose to stay, just know that you may see these people in the comments from time to time. You can feel free to engage them, but just know that no matter what they say or think, they aren't very bright and they aren't open-minded. So it's just best to ignore them and let them rot at the bottom of the comments list. Unfortunately, though, I'll have to break a promise.
Did I catch it? I guess I missed it, Pooh. You could be disappointed in me. Where's the timestamp, Pooh? I must have missed it. I'm retarded. I'm retarded, okay? Pooh gets a fucking W on me because I didn't notice it immediately.
I don't give a shit. Makes an entire video.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Makes a whole video about it instead of just being like, yep, deleted the Discord. There's some bullshit going on, and I want nothing to do with it.
Promise I made a while ago, and I'll no longer be taking new requests. It should be no surprise that after all of this, I have no interest in discussing groomers or pedophiles ever again. Lighthearted stuff while I work on bigger projects in the background that I'm incredibly excited for you all to see.
Well, the bigger project that I heard of is that you guys are doing some kind of like fucking gay version of Internet Historian's Rainforest video, which I'm gonna be honest, you can't do it. He mocked me and Lio for making pedo videos for content, yet he says he will never make a similar ever again, implying that he only did for content. Hold on.
That person exposes this person, and it's an endless circle of hate and misery. These people exude don't f with me because I'm unbathed and terminally online. They've gone after my Twitter, my YouTube, and I'll talk about it whenever I damn well please. Hopefully by this point in the video, you'll start to understand why I haven't said anything until now. These people have no integrity. They don't care about catching bad guys or rescuing the innocent. They want a juicy story to tell to their community. If I've learned one thing from them though, it's that they hate themselves almost as much as they hate each other. This person exposes that person, exposes this person, and it's an endless circle of hate and misery. These people exude don't f with me because I'm unbathed and terminally online. They've gone after my Twitter, my YouTube, my Discord, in my comments, direct messages to the point that I just deactivated my fucking Twitter for the sake of my mental health. I've hidden comments in my videos because I'm not going to allow them to skew the narrative or force me to talk about something until I'm ready to do so. They aren't my community, and they damn sure don't care about them. I plan to address this on my own time, and now that I have, I am done. I don't care what comes next. I'm moving on. They can continue making videos and live streams about me. They can continue to prove how important I am to them. At the end of the day, I don't give a shit what they think. It's my audience, the people who enjoy me for my content, enjoy me for me, that are a part of my community that I owe anything to, and I apologize for how long it's taken me to address this mess. For anyone who chooses to leave, know that I appreciate the time that you've given me, and I hope you can find even better content in the future. For those of you who will choose to stay, just know that you may see these people in the comments from time to time. You can feel free to engage them, but just know that no matter what they say or think, they aren't very bright and they aren't open-minded. So it's just best to ignore them and let them rot at the bottom of the comments list.
This guy's such a retard.
Unfortunately, though, I'll have to break a promise I made a while ago, and I'll no longer be taking new requests. It should be no surprise that after all of this, I have no interest in discussing groomers or pedophiles ever again.
Try burn the skeletons in their closets.
I have no interest in discussing
to try and stand on a moral high ground.
Hold on.
Lighthearted stuff while I work on bigger projects in the background that I'm incredibly excited for you all to see. For those in the ACC or anyone attached to Lio, I know that you think you're special, and I know you think you deserve answers. But the simple truth is that you aren't. You aren't special, nor is Ace, or Glass, or Yen, or Gilded, nor me.
Dude, he's so fucking pressed.
Lio certainly is, but neither him or...
Bro, he literally made a whole story up, got it wrong, got pressed on it, and shut the fuck down because his Discord server was full of fucking weirdos.
Or you will get another second of my time, and I don't fucking owe you anything. A shout out to my...
You know what you owe me? You owe me, listen... Router, if you just give me $100, I can make this all go away, bro. For a small, measly pittance of $100, I am a mercenary for hire, Router. If you give me a mere pittance of $100, I will go back on my word. No, I'm kidding. I'm literally joking. This guy's an idiot. This guy is actually just a unironic retard. Like, he puts out a video, gets his shit pushed in, comes to find out there are freaks and possible groomers in his fucking server. And then, boom, he's like, he just runs away. Lio's more of a fucking man than this guy. Jesus. All right. I think I'm done.
Hey guys, thank you for watching the clip. Thank you, Core, for doing the editing. Make sure you give him a follow on Twitter. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Check out the link in the description for the Lolcow trading card game. There's a brand new pack called Series X. That pack has my card in it, the tipster cards as well. On top of that, there's a bunch of other cast of characters in there, and we're also working towards an ultimate goal for that. So make sure you guys click on the link below. We're going to try and upload daily here and do live streams pretty often, so make sure you stick around and hit that like button. Thanks, guys.